All right, folks, it's that time again. How are we all doing tonight? Yeah, like there's anybody here while Fancy Fiction is live. She's still going, you know. I know you're all over there watching her, listening to her. That's fine. I know that you've lost all trust in me because I abandon the stream more than 50% of the time and fall asleep. I know that I don't deserve your forgiveness or your attention, and I'm sorry. But, you know, what can we do? Everybody's over at Fancy Fiction's channel watching her live, and no one's here listening to me. We're not even covering the Adelson case tonight, guys. You know, so let's just recap there. True Crime Metrix, you went live at the same time as the biggest YouTuber covering the Adelson case, and you're not even covering the Adelson case. Oh, look, we've got a viewer. Soap, Matilda, Wicked. It's just you and me tonight, Matilda. Yeah, no one else is coming. Yeah, so we're covering Michael Drejka, Matilda. I shouldn't even say guys. Oh no, there's another viewer. Who's in the chat? Who's abandoned Fancy Fiction's channel? Udi! Oh, loyal to the end, Udi, with your wrench and everything. Our moderator. There's not much to moderate tonight, Udi. You know, with Fancy being live and everything. Anyway, Michael Drejka, Clearwater, Florida, 2018, July 19th, not July 18th. So close to a Dan Markel murder anniversary, but not quite. But it is the day that Professor Markel, was pronounced dead when he passed on finally after 13 hours of agonizing pain, which we can only hope that the good medical doctors at THM or TMH gave him some, what do you call it? Some pain soothing drugs. Riding shotgun. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Can't believe we've got 4 people in, guys. We're going up against Fancy herself tonight. She's got the live going right now. We were in there for a little bit, trying to add some content, trying to act like we matter among the chat, poking up with my little logo, saying stuff, getting shout outs. Yeah, it's all happening. We almost cancelled the live. We thought, what's the point? But I kind of fancied a quiet night in the stream tonight. I'm not going to fall asleep. I've been feeling very sick all day because of the amount of coffee I've been drinking. Ironically, I had to lie down, but now I'm a little bit more energized. So there'll be no falling asleep tonight, guys. We'll see where this takes us. Anyway, Michael Drejka, let's share this screen, shall we? Oh, I've had to create a new account again on StreamYard to get the free streams because they keep poaching me for money. And this is our 4th account. I even had to create a new email address, truecrimemetrics@gmail.com. If anyone wants to reach out. We've also got hello@truecrimemetrics.com. We've got our own email. We've got a domain. Of course we have. Okay, what am I doing? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Share screen. Yeah, but because I've created a new account, I get all these pop-ups, which is really annoying. Surveillance video. So we're going to watch the killing in real time together. So what happened? Michael Drejka is from Delaware, but he lives in Clearwater, Florida. His profession used to be some sort of tree surgeon. He'd climb the tree, cut down branches, and stuff like that. But he's been retired since he was like 25 because of a back injury or something. Anyway, a little bored throughout life because of that. He made it his own occupation to be the self-imposed warden of the parking lot of his local convenience store, the Circle A convenience store in Clearwater, Florida. And his pet peeve, as he calls it, is people parking in the handicap spot when they're not handicapped. Now, I think we can all agree that that's not a good thing to do, and people shouldn't do it. I suppose I have done it in my life, but I do really avoid that. And you guys don't know how lucky you are with all the space you have in the States and parking lots and huge vehicles, because try parking in Europe. It's a nightmare, especially in, parking lots at the mall or something, because they just want to jam as many people in there as they can, so it's really hard to turn. And I drive a huge vehicle by European standards, so it is a nightmare. And sometimes I'm tempted. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, look at that huge disabled parking space. And there's like 12 of them. There's no way going to be 12 disabled people coming at the same time. But I tell myself, no, you have to go and park in a normal space. Anyway, I think we can all agree it's a little bit of a shitty thing to do if you don't need to. You should leave it open for people to use if they have a disabled badge or if they need to, right? But anyway, I think we can also all agree that Michael Drejka took his policing of this parking lot a little bit too far, because what he would do is confront the drivers, start marching around their car, looking for a badge, looking for a placard, disabled placard. And, oh, wow, Udi, thanks so much for the super chat. We're going to put you on screen right now. Look at that, guys. Rolling in. Have an Earl Grey on me, sir. Fantastic. I haven't had an Earl Grey since I was in school. But, yeah, they're nice on occasion. So Michael Drejka would walk around. If he saw someone parking in the handicap spot, he'd march up to the vehicle, walk around, check for placards and take pictures. And on this occasion, the vehicle had someone in it, a woman. And it was the woman who wasn't getting out of the vehicle, and her basically husband, although not legally married, baby, the father of her kids, was just running into the store to pick up a drink and a couple of snacks for their kids. They had like 3 or 4 kids in the car. The lady was also pregnant, so load of kids. And Michael Drejka gets all up in her grill, and this lady gave him some shit back. They had a little verbal altercation, and then the guy, his name is Markeis McGlockton, came out of the store, saw this guy hassling his woman, and came up, kind of blindsided him, but just pushed him to the ground, which I can totally understand that, not saying it's right, but it happens. And sometimes it seems called for. Maybe it was a little bit over the top, but over the top, nothing like how over the top Michael Drejka's reaction was, because what he did is after he fell to the ground, he pulled his sidearm and just shot him in the chest. Markeis stumbles back inside the convenience store and dies on the floor within minutes. I mean, it was a perfect shot. Basically, I think it was through the heart and both lungs. So, I think they call that a kill shot. Yeah. Could have shot to wound, could have just pointed the gun, could have not even pulled the gun. So we're going to be looking at the surveillance video of the incident, which captures the whole thing, and then we're going to go in to the interrogation. Now, well, yeah, I think that's enough of an introduction. We'll just see where we get to with this puppy. There's no audio on this section of the video, guys. It's just a CCTV, a shitty old CCTV, so we can talk over it. Hi, Rabbit. Can't believe you're here tonight. Yeah. Oh, let's just have a little comment on Fancy's video. So Innocent until proven guilty, huh? Well, yeah, but also they're guilty. I think, is she just doing that so that Wendy and Harvey can't, she's the big cheese on the cheese wheel with all people YouTube talking about the Adelsons, right? So is she doing that so that Wendy can't say, oh, it was trial by public opinion, trial in public, what do they call it, arena, and we didn't have a fair shot, so mistrial and we go free? Is she trying to give some insurance to that? I mean, I don't know what the point of the statement is. Yeah, we know they're innocent until proven guilty. Now let's be quick and prove them guilty because they're so guilty, Anyway, our video today, not the Adelson case, mixing it up. Not even a case we've covered before. We're on Sarah Boone, we're on Chandler Halderson, we're jumping around like nobody's business. Michael Drejka now. When's it going to end? Roll tape, please. Oh, here we go. Okay, so, yeah, the white car that's just pulled up over, yeah, that's Markeis and his son, little Markeis. And the white car has got his girlfriend in it and their other kids. Can you guys see my mouse? I think you can. Uh-oh. Here's Michael Drejka now. Even the parking. Look at the way he pulled up. Facing on in your big SUV. That's aggressive. And the ironic thing is that he's not even in any space. So he's also parking illegally. What do we got here? You got a handicap placard, ma'am? This guy really thinks he's a cop, His whole fantasy. He's been retired since he was 25. He's bored out of his mind. He's sick of his worthless, pathetic life. So every day he goes down to this convenience store, buys 4 Monster drinks. I've only tried a Monster drink once, and I'm not going to do it again. What the hell is all that about? Looks like we got ourselves an illegal parking situation. He's pointing to the parking where they should be. Wow, that was like Schindler's List. I thought this was a black and white video, but that lady's vest is just the most colorful thing I've ever seen. Remember Schindler's List with the red coat? See, people can hear what's going on. There's no audio on the video, but it's getting verbal. They're looking over. They're thinking, what's all that fuss? What's all that fuss? Yeah, Bob knows. Bob knows. Hi, Bob. Bedwetters. Yeah, right. Riding shotgun. Oh, here comes Markeis. Oh, the big push. My gosh, what a Neanderthal. That's called seizing your opportunity in my book. Bang. Hardly any hesitation whatsoever. Now he's freaked out. He's run back in the store. The defense made, no, was it? Yeah, the defense made a real big deal of this in court. They said, oh, he's protecting his family. He's protecting his family when he runs back in the store. They're basically calling him a pussy. Couldn't believe it. It was like, what? He's in total shock. He's gonna die in minutes. He's been shot through the heart. Let the man be. Hi, Keith. Yeah, we didn't really clock the witness, did we? Let's try the witnesses. Let's have a look. Some guy ducks behind the car, doesn't he? Yeah, look at him. Oh, he starts to go over. He's like, he's going to intervene. Yeah, look at that. Whoa, he's out of there. I don't blame him, you know. He was in the firing line. Could have ricocheted on his ass. Look, he's running around. He doesn't know what to do. Call the ambulance. Yeah, I think he just got his phone out then. Look, he's still sat on his ass. Is that the girlfriend? I think her name's Brittany Jacobs. And God, you want to see her testimony? It is heartbreaking. What's he doing now? Okay, well, that was the video, guys. All caught on film, wasn't it? Now, let's have a look at his interrogation.
Are they yours? No, they're Eric's. He's been cooperative with me now. See.
So after the incident, he secured the firearm in his vehicle. I think he took the clip out, took the round out the chamber, and put it on the center console of his vehicle, and then locked the car and waited for police to arrive. He believed, or at least acted like he believed, that he was justified, that it was the 21-foot rule, which he totally gets wrong. But he does actually walk out of this interview without charges. We'll see what we see.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Let's take them off. Hey, we're gonna take them off. You're gonna be cool? Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know you. I don't know nothing. I know.
And because he thinks he's like a law enforcement character, you know, he's playing this role every day at the friggin' convenience store, monitoring the parking lot spaces. He's really tries to get on speaking terms with the cops. He's using all this terminology. Yeah, no charges, Matilda. He was released, but there was a huge amount of pressure from the public, you know, because there seemed to be a large racial component, and the investigation continued, and he was arrested for, I think it was second-degree murder, about 10 days later.
What's going on?
I know. You have my absolute word, sir. Detective?
Yes.
You have my word, detective.
Is your watch here? Is it a smartwatch or anything like that?
No, it's just Timex. No smartphones, no nothing.
First, I come up with
What's this?
cigarettes. I don't like a pile bag.
He's the only thing I left in there.
What's in that brown bag?
There's a
Hey, one more way.
Holster magazine with some rounds in it.
Okay. What's that?
See what he wants when he comes back.
Yeah.
I'm just literally walking into that. As you saw.
Yep. Okay.
Quite the day.
Another one. Yesterday, today.
I was in Citrus County then.
What's that?
So I was up in Citrus County then. It was an unexpected trip.
That was that early morning thing, right? Was that, you went up to the hospital?
No, I was
there
out.
for the trauma?
No. I was up there on Felling Way thing.
Oh, okay.
I'll just say at this point, guys, Michael Drejka, the suspect, does not know that Markeis has been pronounced dead. He just knows that he's been shot because he shot him.
Completely unrelated.
Oh, okay. Because I don't even know what happened. I know they flighted somebody up there yesterday morning.
Yeah, I'm
and
not
that
sure.
Yeah.
What do you got something to do?
Thank you for being very professional.
That's what I get paid to do. And that's just me.
That, I was gonna say, that's not
It's
paid.
just the way I am.
Yes, sir.
There's no reason to treat you any different.
Fair enough. That's why I like dealing with sheriffs better than local. All right.
I won't take offense to that.
You guys.
He's got this really big thing about the what do you call it, the city police, Clearwater police, over the sheriff's office, because they keep hassling him because this guy is a nutcase. He drives around, and if someone cuts him up in traffic, he'll pull alongside them and wave his gun at them. You know, and the Clearwater police keep stopping him and saying, listen, we had a report that you've done it again. Stop waving your gun around, man.
You want to sit out here
Wherever you
or
want.
hang out here?
Wherever you
Actually,
want me.
He's got an issue with that because it's, you know, his constitutional right just to just wave a gun at people in traffic, you know.
I cut you loose out of here,
Okay.
and we'll hang on to his stuff there.
Okay. There's
Do you need some water?
Please.
Okay.
his holster and there's a magazine. And I don't know.
You just leave it in there.
Okay.
Just leave it in, and we'll take it.
Okay.
Will you hang here?
Sure.
And, because there's a ton of people coming.
Thank you, sir.
All right?
Whatever you need.
All right. Let me find you a bottle of water.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
I think that's it for the first hour, guys. Oh no, there's a bit here.
Reading your rights, are you familiar with your rights? You know how to read, right?
Yes.
What's the highest grade level?
Oh,
Did you have any college?
No.
Okay,
Only job done.
all right. So I'm just gonna read these to you. Now let's read along with me. So you know this is exactly what I'm saying. You understand that you have the right to remain silent? I'm gonna need a verbal response,
Yes, sir.
if you will. Okay. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to speak to a lawyer and have him or her present while you're being questioned?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning if you wish?
Yes.
Do you understand that you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements?
Yes, sir.
Do Do you understand each of these rights I've just explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to have you initial each one of these that you verbalize yes to me, best you can there.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Udi, Apple River. I thought that was someone's name the first time I heard it. Still don't know anything about it, but we'll keep an eye out for that one.
And then I'll have you, if you will, print your name right here.
Okay, we'll skip to part 2, guys, because it's just your standard Miranda warning, you know.
Cause I don't
One more step, right, even one more step.
That's all.
Dave,
I think he's gone to the bathroom.
you get enough water and everything?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
I need to get ready.
Yeah. Just to reiterate, man, my name is George Moffitt. This is Richie Redmond, or the Bunnells County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna put this on record, so I'm gonna ask you to write down 100 things and stuff like that, okay? All right, we're just here at the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, North District Station. Today's date's July 19th, 2018. We just want to talk to you, reference today's shooting that occurred at 1201 Sunset Point Road in Clearwater, Florida. It's reference case number SO18-225724. Approximate time is about 20-30 hours. Just go through your kind of day, like right before you get to the store.
Oh, just coming back, going home, stopping at the store first, and then right around the corner to home.
Where do
Put a load of laundry on, maybe?
you live at, sir?
1116 Charles Street, Clearwater. It's in the Edgewater neighborhood, it's right off Sunset Point there.
1116 Charles.
Charles Street, yes.
That's Clearwater address?
Yes.
What's the zip code?
33755.
And what's your phone? You got a current phone number? Huh?
543. 5138.
That's your primary phone number?
Only phone, yes.
Okay. Are you employed, sir?
No, sir, retired.
Okay. Good for you, man.
Well, it never lasts.
I wish I was
Yeah,
retired.
it never lasts. I got to retire for about 13 years, and now it's that time. You can
Okay.
come back, you know.
Can you spell your first name? Is it common spelling?
Common spelling.
And my-
C-U-J-E-L.
What's your last name?
Drejka, D-R-E-J-K-A.
And what's your date of birth, sir?
8570.
Okay. You mind if I call you Michael?
That's,
Is that okay?
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. And you can call.
570.
What was
Okay.
it?
D-R-E-J-K-A.
And what's your date of birth, sir?
8570.
Okay. You mind if I
He's a Leo.
call you Michael?
That's,
Is that okay?
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. And you can call me George.
Hey, John. Or is it Duncan? Duncan John. Duncan Donuts. Good to see you, man.
So just walk through, you leave your house and you drive up to the store?
No, I was coming back from the Wawa down on Missouri and Rosary to get some cash and head home, stop by the store, boom.
Oh, okay. So you get to the store, tell me, kind of walk me through what happens.
I park my car and that's my store. I'm there every day.
That's my store, he says. He displays some language that really kind of paints an ownership picture. There's something else he's going to say. That's my store. I'm there every day.
And simple. And every day there's somebody pulled in the handicap spot there, just waiting on somebody.
Okay.
So I have a pet peeve about it.
The funny thing is about the handicap spot is that it's not even the best place to park if you are handicapped. It's the furthest spot away from the front door, and there's no dip in the curb of the sidewalk, you know? So you have to step up a steep curb and walk further to the door. It's like if you were disabled, you'd probably park in in a normal spot because it's better.
Sure, I said, do you mind, moving? There's
I guess they have more space to open the doors that side. That's the advantage. But it's kind of well, I don't know if funny is the right word, but it's weird.
a spot next to her, and there's spots out front. I said, would you mind moving and waiting on somebody? And
Good point, Udi. It's just a normal day.
There's plenty more spots.
there's plenty more spots, yes. And she took that as an affront that I would speak to her that way. Started getting a little, yelling, and then of course.
So you walk up to her car?
Actually, I was walking around it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I parked here, she was here.
Okay.
Okay, so I just checked for placards, plain and simple. And she inquired about what was going on.
Okay.
And that's when I told her, about the handicap spots.
Of course, she inquired what was going on. You're walking around her vehicle. You park up hostilely.
What did you tell her?
I said, it's not very polite to park here when there's other people who need to use this. She says, is it affecting you directly? I said, if my mother-in-law rolls in, yes, it will be. So, it's not.
If my mother-in-law was here, it would be affecting me directly. Well, if you were disabled, it would be affecting you directly. We could hypothesize about this all day, man.
Nothing. There was none of that between us at all.
Okay.
No, nothing. Just heated words, that's all.
Okay.
How I was speaking to her, I guess.
Okay.
She said, what do I have to do to get my man? I said, well, what's gonna happen then? And a little more arguing back and forth, and I never saw what hit me from.
She was the driver of the car?
She was in the car. She was the only person in the
All
car
right.
that I know of.
You didn't see anybody else on the car?
Tinted windows, almost dark,
Okay.
couldn't see through them.
So you guys are talking?
Yeah, exactly. She's out of the car by this time.
Okay.
Standing next to it, that's all.
Okay.
And I got hit from the left side and thrown straight backwards in line with her car.
Okay.
So if you saw the two white ladder lines next to the thing, that's where I was standing. Okay, so I went almost straight back after I got hit.
What do you mean hit?
I was standing like this talking to her.
Okay.
I was hit from right here. The shoulder was pulled in front of me, and then I was.
Oh, okay.
And then I hit the ground.
Okay.
Okay. I'm pretty sure.
You notice he's made himself a little sling out of his shirt or something. Really amps up these injuries. When they ask him to take his shirt off to photograph his injuries, he's like, oh, when he's like moving his arm. Great, man. Great. Method acting.
We'll get somebody to take pictures of all this.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that too much, but I'm pretty sure I landed my wrist under my gun, actually. That's how I landed, because that's hurt like a son of a bitch now.
So you landed on the pavement?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was on the ground.
So the only reason that he hurt his wrist is because he fell on his gun. Well, maybe get an ankle holster. Or don't insist on carrying your gun everywhere, every day. Is that really necessary?
So that time I had to put hand down to get hand out from underneath. As I come out, I start drawing my weapon. As I start leveling off my weapon, he makes his next step towards me, and 21-foot rule. I'm on the ground already.
Yeah, 21-foot rule, guys. Basically, I'm allowed to shoot anybody who's in my 21-foot rule zone.
Right? Okay.
It happened so fast, and that was that.
Did he say anything to you?
Negative. Not a word.
Okay. Did you say anything to him?
No.
Like back up? Or?
No.
Okay. So you draw your weapon. Talk to me about that from.
Well, the way I was able to draw it, I couldn't level it with one hand. So I had to eventually try and bring my left around for support.
Okay.
And he made his step towards me, and that was that.
Does everybody know what the 21-foot rule is? I guess you do if you're an American, right? But I'll say it anyway. The 21-foot rule is based on the theory that if a suspect is within 21 feet of a cop, the time it takes for a cop to deploy his firearm, take aim, and fire, that time is an amount of time, and it's the same amount of time that it would take a suspect to get to you if he was 21 feet away. So if they're more than 21 feet away, say if they're 40 feet away, that suspect couldn't get to you before you've had that time to deploy your firearm, take aim, and fire if necessary. So that's the rule, and I think it applies mainly to law enforcement. But you can correct me on that if you want. I'm no expert, Gash.
How many steps did he make?
Just one step.
Okay. And then that was that. Talk to me about that. What do you do from there?
I made sure there's no other threat around him because it spun him a little bit, and he ran into the store. Immediate threat gone. I did have her as a potential.
So I mean beforehand, before you fired the gun.
Ask me the question.
See, before you fired the gun,
Yes.
once you pull the gun out,
Yes.
okay, you said he stepped towards you?
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
One more step, right, he made one more step towards me.
And then what do you do?
I didn't say a word. Gun
Okay.
was already out.
Okay, what do you do?
Fire my weapon.
How many times do you fire the
One
weapon?
time, sir.
Okay, so you fire the weapon and then basically just scan?
I ended up standing up, made sure all other threats were cleared, reholstered my weapon.
Okay. All right, so he didn't come back at you again or anything like
Not
that?
after he left
Where did he go?
into the store.
Okay. Did you strike him?
No,
No, I mean with a gun.
no, I don't know. I
Okay.
assume so, yes, because there was an ambulance there.
Okay, so you don't know if you hit him?
I know.
Yeah, I assume I hit him, seeing that he was about 4 feet away from me when I shot. I mean, a little bit more, but right there. And that he, a load of blood came out of his chest on impact. So probably I did hit him. And then he ran into the store clutching his chest. So if I was a betting man, he probably took a bullet.
I know nothing, but I would assume so.
Okay, all right. So what do you do? Talk to me from there after you reholster your weapon.
After I reholster my weapon, everything's clear. Somebody screaming about her kids. Somebody screaming about her.
Yeah, Matilda. Matilda says, did the store ask him to stop monitoring the parking lot weeks before this happened? Not sure if I'm remembering this correctly. Yeah, that was it. Basically, he got into another altercation with a black person. Bit of a common theme developing there. Someone pulled up in a work truck. Like, I think it was a septic tank company or something, pull out the clean out the thing. And in that occasion, it got really heated, and Michael Drejka didn't have his gun with him that day for some reason, because he carries it everywhere, every day. And he said to the guy, "It's a good job I didn't have my gun." And the manager of the store, the owner of the store, came out and said, "Michael, listen, man, you're a good customer, but you've got to stop this. It's not worth the trouble. It's our store. Let us deal with it.
Her kids. Somebody thought they were in the car. So I said, everybody's inside, see if you can get her to unlock the car. And that was it. All I remember is screaming about kids.
Okay. What do you do from after you hear somebody talking about our kids and stuff?
Everything's
Riding shotgun. I think his dad was a cop, right? And his dad said to him, if you become a cop, I'll break both your arms or something, because I think his dad, really didn't get anywhere as a cop, kind of one of those cops that just has a dead-end career with all of the, it didn't develop well for him, put it that way.
Well, I asked one person to go, see if she could unlock her car from the inside, and then I decided to extricate myself from the situation completely and just back to my vehicle and wait for you. So I took my firearm out, unloaded it, locked it, left it.
Hey, Rabbit, I really like that. That shows some lateral thinking. Get this, guys. Rabbit Incorporated says, so in concept, in reverse, the victim had no way to escape this guy's gun since he was within 21 feet. Oh, I really like that, Rabbit. Thanks for sharing.
In the car. And
What do you mean you locked the back?
Yes.
Okay.
I loaded it, unloaded it back, waiting for you.
Okay. Did you unload mag or anything like that? Or
No, God,
okay.
no. Just the one that was in the pipe.
Okay. So where did you store the weapon at? Inside the vehicle.
Oh, it was in my holster.
Okay. Where did you put the gun at? Though?
Right on top of the center console.
Okay, on top of the center console. What do you do from there?
Wait for you.
Okay. Do you make any statements to anybody?
Negative.
Okay, on the parking lot?
Other than telling people it's probably not a good idea to be in here right now.
Okay.
The customers pulling in now. I spoke to no one else.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
that's a statement.
So I did inquire if he had his cameras on because I know he's got 9 cameras in that place.
You inquired to who?
The clerk through the door.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was on the phone with someone.
Okay, so did you make contact?
On the phone with someone. Yeah, maybe. Who do you think it might have been? I'm going to go with 911 operator.
You walked up to the store and make
I walked up to start through the door,
Okay.
and he nodded yes. And that was the end of that. I really want somebody to look at those tapes. It should have everything.
Okay. I'm sure.
Imagine that. You're the clerk of the shop, and you're on the phone saying, "Listen, that guy who's always here, he's just shot someone in the chest." And like the guy, while you're on the phone speaking to the cops, is like, "Do you have any cameras? Are they on?"
They do. So after all this happens, deputies show up, I'm assuming?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Talk to me about that. What happens from there?
Procedure, deputy, identified me. I identified myself.
Okay.
And from there, it was straightforward. Me on the ground, handcuffs.
Okay. All right. Did you have contact with deputies here or detectives when they brought you here?
One say they came in, got some quick information, asked me if I needed any water, and I haven't
Okay.
seen anybody since.
All right. Did you talk to, I think they read your rights and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay. So you've been advised of your rights?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna kind of slow it down a little bit and because I'm gonna be asking specific questions about the incident. And again, just.
Yeah, the best thing to do, Bob, if you want to be a vigilante, is just handcuff a shopping cart to someone's door handles. I always thought that was a real funny thing to do.
Like you were, just be truthful with me. And just because we got to kind of dot our I's and cross our T's, exactly what happened. I know you kind of went through it a little fast or whatever, so we're going to just go back a little bit. Is that okay? All right. Appreciate it, Michael. So you get to the store.
Yes.
Where do you park your car?
Directly next to the last parking space.
Do you know north, east, southwest?
Facing south.
Okay, so you're
Hey Matilda, yeah, he's using all of these, cop language, military language. He's really trying to paint himself on their side of society. You know who would say that is Andrew Smith, who spells his name Alpha, November, Delta, Romeo, Echo, Whiskey. Absolutely, he would say negative instead of no, and affirmative instead of yes. But Michael Drejka is very, he starts using so many terms. He starts going on about a force multiplier, and the cops are like, "What's that?" And Michael Drejka is like, "Come on, you've been through the academy, you know." And they're like, "No, we don't. What do you mean a force multiplier?" Anyway.
your car is facing south,
Yeah.
In the last-
store, in the last spot.
it's kind of furthest to the west, right?
Furthest to the west,
Okay.
correct.
And you're pointing to the front, you okay?
It just twins it, that's all.
Okay. So you're pointing to the front of the store, your vehicle.
Yes, south.
What type of vehicle do you drive, sir?
06 Toyota 4Runner,
Okay. What color is it?
silver.
Okay.
Which-
All right. So you park there, you exit your vehicle to, like you normally do, go inside the store.
Sure.
You always park up front like that?
Sometimes I'll park inside if there's nobody.
Okay, on the west side?
There's two parking spots down past the handicap spot right there.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Like,
Rabbit, we got a good one to cover. Amazing. It's not body cam footage, it's civilian cell phone footage. I think it's down in Georgia, southern Georgia. I'm not exactly sure what to call the case. It's just like a modern day old school lynching. It's three guys, one's in a Silverado, one's in an F-150, and the other's in a I don't know, a Ram or something. They've got three pickup trucks. There's a guy stood up in the bed of the pickup truck, leaning over the cab with a shotgun. I mean, it looks like something out of a Billie Holiday song.
by the bathroom area?
But yeah, that was what is that called? It's the guy's name was Aubrey, something Aubrey, the black guy they killed. And then the three white guys that got charged were called, I forget. We're going to cover that soon though.
You got it. Okay. So you exit your vehicle, right?
Oh, Rittenhouse. That's another really interesting one. Interesting trial. Really interesting trial. It's funny because, well, we'll get to it. Let's stick with this one for tonight.
Like you always do, and you're getting ready to walk in the store.
Yeah.
And what do you see from there?
No placard on the front of the car, because I have to walk by the car to.
So you approach the vehicle?
No, front of the vehicle, yeah.
Okay. And your intention's on walking around the cars to look for placards?
Always, yeah.
Okay. Where do you
Usually
normally
take pictures if there's,
Okay. You take pictures if you don't see no placards, or
Correct.
okay. Where do you normally look for placards?
license plate, windshield and the front.
Okay.
See if there's a front license plate or anything.
When you approached the vehicle, did you make eye contact with the driver?
I couldn't see the driver, the windows are so dark.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody was in the car.
Right.
Truthfully.
So her window wasn't rolled down?
No,
The
not
driver's
at the
side?
time, no.
Okay. So you start walking around the car?
Yeah, I walked from the front to the back and then just back up again. And
Okay.
I took them pictures. I just, we
Sure.
assumed would go and keep going, but then the window came down.
Was the car running?
I couldn't tell. It's so quiet,
Okay.
these damn cars. It doesn't sound anything like mine, which is like.
So then when you come back around, is the window rolled down at that point?
No, only after I get back up in front and she was on my way into the store and she asked me,
So she rolls her window down?
yes,
Do you make verbal contact with her first, or did
She made verbal contact with me first, and
Well,
I
sir-
explained what I did. Asked me what I was doing, of course.
Okay, so she asked you what? What are you doing?
What are you
Walking around the car?
doing? Yeah, I
And you
said
say-
I'm looking for handicap black.
Riding shotgun. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think the father and the son got life, and the other guy got not life. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Records, you know,
Okay,
and then it ensued with, well, what's that matter
So-
to you?
okay.
But Georgia is one of those states that have in their legislature, for want of a better word, the terminology. What is it? Oh, I can't remember. It's something like a corrupt and malignant heart as an element of intent behind a crime. What is the word? Anyway, we're covering Michael Drejka.
When she rolls her window down, she says, hey, what are you doing? How far are you away from the car?
To the front of the car.
Okay, so you're standing at the front?
Yeah, about the front of the car, which is the
Are
edge
you on
of
the
the
curb?
sidewalk, yeah.
Okay, so you're on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I'm not exactly in front of the car. I'm on the sidewalk at the front of the car.
Yeah, Udi, it's Ahmad Aubrey. Yeah, that one. Very interesting case. Very interesting testimony from the not too bright, fat-headed killer son, that shot him at point blank range with a 12 gauge.
Okay, so
Must have just exploded his body. I mean, Jesus.
after you start talking to her, do you approach the driver's side of the car?
Yeah, just, of course, I don't want to yell back and
Right,
forth.
that's understandable.
Yeah.
So how far do you approach the vehicle,
I'm
distance-wise, approximately?
God, it's gonna be, she's in the car and it's.
So let's say I'm the driver.
She can probably smell your breath,
Okay.
after a while. It's not like I was leaning in her car or anything.
Hopefully you can't smell my breath.
Oh, yeah, hopefully that's what mine.
So can you show me how far, let's say I'm her, how far do you come up to her?
By the window.
Okay, so a couple feet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna encroach into her car.
All right. So you,
Yeah, he's not going to approach into her car, guys. He's just going to walk all the way around it, stomping his feet, pointing at it,
walk up to her car and you say, I was looking for handicap placards.
Correct.
And then what did she say?
What's it matter to you? I said, well, it wouldn't matter to me unless my mother-in-law showed up right now and needed a place to park.
But it does matter to you because somebody's parked there.
At that moment, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
And your mother-in-law wasn't in the car?
No.
Okay.
She asked me what was the matter. I gave her a hypothetical.
Was there anybody in the car, in your vehicle, that was,
Just me.
that's disabled?
Yeah, we're building up to the Michael Dunn case, Keith. I really want to take that, do a bit of preparation on that because I really enjoy the case, and all this other stuff we do is just total ad lib. We're just watching it together, talking about it. But I'd like to do a more cogent walkthrough of the Dunn case. There's some great footage from both trials, amazing interview interrogation. The run-up story is just what the hell, and then all this character testimony, but not in court, like the neighbor, the neighbor's opinions of the guy, and it's what a case,
Or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you tell her if my mother-in-law was here?
Right.
Okay.
That's the way she was leaning. Yeah.
Right.
That's all. So
Okay.
I gave her an example.
Was she a little heated?
Very.
Okay. So you guys start having a discussion back
Yeah, a
and
little
forth?
heated discussion back and forth, definitely.
All right. So tell me a little bit about that.
It's exactly about the same thing. We're going back about the
I know, but
same thing.
exactly what was said.
I couldn't even.
Oh, the thing I remember her saying is, do I have to get my man? And I said, well, what's that mean? Are we going to fight?
Okay, he got 35 years, but he was about 59 when he went in. I mean, you know, he's not coming out.
Uh,
Well, what were
I
you,
guess so, was her answer.
okay, what were you saying to her though?
It's all about the placards.
Okay, that
All
you don't
about
have
the spa-
placards?
No, all about the space, not the placards
Okay.
per se, but the space.
Did you ask her to move?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you say, hey, I'm gonna call the police?
No, I did not say that at first. I'm gonna bring that up. I
Okay.
thought a simple courtesy would do.
So you asked her to move?
Courtesy, yes.
Okay, and what did she say?
Who are you talking to me like this? Who do you think you are?
Kind of mind your own business?
You got it.
Okay, did she say mind your own business? Because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Okay. So basically you guys have a heated conversation, right? And you're standing that close to her car. And she mentions her man, because again,
No man in the car. I don't know of any man.
okay.
Whatever. All I hear is it mentioned.
Do you want me to get your man? That's exactly what she said?
No, she said, you want me to get my man?
My man, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
So-
exactly what she said.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Mike. At any time and point, because we all know parking in a handicap spot without placards is illegal, correct?
Yeah, but that's not why I ask people. It's, I can't.
Sure, right. And I get that. But at any time and point when you saw the vehicle, you checked the vehicle for handicap placards?
Of course.
Okay. You didn't see no handicap placards? At any time and point when you noticed that, why wouldn't you pick up the phone and contact law enforcement?
There it is. Here she comes. Wait a minute. Nah, I can't even remember what she said there.
Okay,
Because all we were having was a verbal argument
Okay.
between two people.
right,
I didn't know about a third person.
okay,
I was literally blindsided.
Sure, why would you?
tackled to the ground.
right. But wouldn't it be best, you think, to call law enforcement and say, hey, there's somebody illegally parked?
It's not gonna help. She'll leave.
Okay, well, she may not
They
know,
always do.
oh, she may not know that you,
It's not going to help. She'd leave. Well, that would help, wouldn't it? If you just want the space to be clear for your mother-in-law, who's not coming, you know, wouldn't that help? She'd leave. Okay, well, done.
you called if you walked away, right?
True, very true.
I mean,
This was an argument.
I'm not putting words in your mouth, I'm asking you, a question. So you agree with that?
Yeah, with the woman.
Okay. So you guys are bickering back and forth. Next thing,
Well, thanks, S-Pal. That's good to know. Yeah, we've got to get that map updated. We've got Indiana now. We've got, we've got some more coming.
you get pushed.
I'm blind, pushed nothing, tackled. I'm
Okay.
blindsided, dude.
Okay.
I'm on the ground hard.
So he shoved you pretty good.
No, from what it felt like is he come running at me.
Okay, like full force.
Dude, I haven't been hit like that since I was in my 20s.
Okay, all right. So he shoves you to the ground. You fall to the ground.
Correct.
Okay,
Slightly, dude. Not very, slightly.
okay. Do you hit your head?
Don't know. Don't feel anything.
Okay.
Don't know.
So you don't know if
If sideways like this, no, this landed under my gun. Okay, so I landed on my wrist, on my gun.
Okay,
Had to reach over to distract my hand.
to push yourself
To
back.
push myself up off of that. And as I'm reaching and pulling around, he's standing in front of me. As I come up, he's taking his step towards me.
Okay, now let's discuss that. If you don't mind, could you sit on the ground real quick for me?
That's where I was.
I don't want you to hurt it.
No.
Okay,
We do.
so you're on the ground, right?
I'm on the ground like this.
Okay, how far is the guy away?
Front of the car.
He's at the front of the car?
Front of the
So he's on
car.
that sidewalk, kind of curb area?
No, he's in front of the car, off the sidewalk.
Okay, right on the edge?
You got it.
So how far do you think he's away from you?
I might have been right at the edge of the back of the front door,
Of the car?
correct?
Okay.
All right.
So he's up by the front
Yes,
tire.
He's up by.
Oh, shit. I was just going to share the map. So we've already got Georgia, New Hampshire, Indiana. So apart from those, if your state, yeah, we've had Texas. We've had Texas all the time, John Duncan, but thanks and welcome. Yeah, we need Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas, Louisiana, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Vermont, and Maine, and Delaware, and Rhode Island, and Hawaii. Did I say Hawaii twice? When are we going to get Hawaii? Oh, yeah, Jersey. We need to, yeah. I can't update it yet, but because I have to close something to update it because it's so archaic. But yeah, I think Ohio should be easy. And South Carolina we should have. Maybe when we do the that Uber guy. What's his name? Rollins. Something Rollins. The black guy. What the hell was all that about? It was like for no reason. Just some nutcase pretending to be an Uber. Colorado we should have as well. Maybe when we do Chris Watts. When are we doing Chris Watts? I think that'll be next, guys. Anyway, where's our current video?
By the front tires, no, further than that, man.
Further than this.
Further than that, man.
Okay.
I was back further, he had to be further than that.
Okay, so he's about this far.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's really within his interest, isn't it? He was further away. He was probably about 100 yards away. I'm amazed that I shot him with my perfect aim that I learned in military school from my cop dad.
Even further.
And as I come up this way, because I have to come up off my hand, all right, I bring the gun out with me. And as I'm coming back this way, I can't support it, so I hit this.
Okay.
And as
What does he do?
as I come out like this, he's taking his step.
Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Okay. How close does he get to you before you fire the gun?
Maybe.
Man, can't you hear the trauma in his voice after he's recounting this horrific incident? He's taken his step. He's taking the step of death.
The front tire.
So show me where. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay, so right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Was he charging after you?
2 steps running.
Okay. Well, you're saying he was running?
Well, it would have been.
That's funny, Rabbit. I was thinking about how long it's going to be before Donald Trump mentions the channel. You know he watches. You know. He's definitely seen my content, but I literally was thinking about him mentioning me on the campaign trail. And then, you know, my mother's reaction when she sees Donald Trump talking about my show. Seriously, no word of a lie. I was thinking about that today.
Running when we got out of behind the car.
Okay. All right.
I gotta get off.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to hurt. So.
No.
What did you think then, Mike?
Say again,
What
bud?
did you think when that happened?
I've never been in that situation ever. I thought kicks were coming.
Okay. So you thought he was gonna.
Really important line there, guys. Used at trial. I've never been in that situation before. I thought kicks were coming. Okay. Well, that's not justification for shooting someone in the chest, you know. Kicks. He should have said, I thought he was going to stamp on my head until my brains came out of my ears. You know, kicks were coming is not illustrative of being under the threat of death. You know, I thought he was gonna run over to me and take out a big feather and start hitting me in the nose with the big feather. So I had to shoot him.
I thought kicks were coming, or at least he'd be on top of me.
You need help?
I got it.
Okay.
Left arm's good. All right.
So you're thinking he's gonna come kick you?
I'm thinking he's coming to do the rest of it.
Did you see him with a firearm?
No, sir, I didn't see him with anything.
Okay, what do you mean the rest of it?
Whatever beating was coming after
Okay.
that.
So you thought he was gonna beat you and stuff?
You're not kidding.
Okay, all right. So
I know. I think the reason I was thinking about Donald Trump is because I was thinking about how to apologize to my community for falling asleep all the time. And I thought of equating myself to Joe Biden, you know, and Trump's always going on about Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joe Biden will destroy this country, you know. So that's where it all started. But then Rabbit comes on and says she's emailed Donald Trump, and I believe her.
If he can't hit me that hard to begin with from blindside from the get-go, what else should I expect?
okay, all right. So you're on the ground. You said he was running at you, but he only took like a step.
He would have if he had cleared that and come around towards me again with
Right.
that second foot.
Okay, so he only made one step.
He barely made the second step before I pulled the trigger.
Okay. What kind of gun you got?
Glock 23.
Okay, all right. That's
40 cal.
40 cal. I'm not a gun.
All you gun nuts, a Glock 23, is that like just some standard issue firearm? Is that anything special? Is that a daily carry? Is it an appropriate daily carry or what? Gun nuts, let me know. I like learning.
Gun guy, so I can't keep track. So, you know how many rounds you had in the mag, stuff like that?
Yeah, sure do. There should be 13 left in that bag right there.
So it's fully loaded?
One in the pipe.
Okay, all right. Yeah, 13, 14 rounds. Okay.
Why do you think the guy's gonna beat you?
Because I just got blindsided out of nowhere. Why? What else would I think?
Oh, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation before. First thing I think, if I'm getting hit like that, somebody's coming at me for more.
Okay.
What did the female do at that point?
The female just started screaming
Was she in the car or out of the car?
out of the car.
Okay, she's screaming that you just shot him, or?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, you just hear her screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to her anymore because I moved away from her. She's not a threat to me anymore.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. You mentioned early that you asked Mustafa about video and stuff like that.
Correct.
That there were, you think the video would show him charging it or running
It
at you?
should.
Okay.
There should be an angle right on that.
Hey, Carol. I can see a trip to IKEA in your future. In your very near future.
Parking
Just try
spot.
not to get carried away.
Okay. What happens if I told you that I looked at the video and in no time and point does he come running up towards you? He actually takes a step back.
I would disagree.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would disagree in a heartbeat.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah. He would disagree, guys. So now we're really at an impasse. We've got, on one hand of the argument, the video footage. But there's an issue. Michael Drejka doesn't agree with what's on it. Okay. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to hand all of this over to science, who we're going to test the video and test Michael Drejka and see which one is telling the truth.
you said after he runs in the store and stuff like that.
Did you see me get hit?
Oh, yeah,
Where did it
absolutely.
come from? If you don't mind me asking, where do you
We'll get
come
into all
from?
that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Hey, Christine G and Cali Amy, California Amy, Do Re Mi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else we got? Who else we got? Bell, Jersey Girl. Good.
But did she walks around the vehicle, does she go anywhere? Do you see her go anywhere?
She went to the front of the store, she was inside for a while, then she got in and moved her car.
Okay, so she came back outside the store.
She did.
Did you guys have any discussion?
The only thing I said to her was somebody's trying to see if you've got keys for your children.
Okay, all right, okay.
That is all, but after our
She don't
initial.
say anything else?
No,
Okay,
not to me. No,
like
and I-
started swearing at you or
No,
anything like that?
negative. Our argument was totally about the handicap spot.
Before she runs in the store, did she make any
Yeah.
threats or?
Guys, no. You got it all wrong, guys. Listen, their argument was only about the handicap spot. As soon as he shot her husband in the chest, there was nothing to argue about. He was telling her if somebody had keys for her children, politely.
I wouldn't know. I was trying to assess my own situation, sir.
Okay. Did, when the gentleman, before you fired the gun, did he make any threats towards you?
I never heard a word.
Okay. So he didn't say, I'm gonna kick your ass?
I never heard a word of anything. Once I got hit, the only thing I heard was her, and I never heard him
What did
until
she-
he was hit, until he was shot. Then
Okay.
he started saying,
What did you hear her say?
screaming.
No, beforehand, before you shot. You said you heard her say something.
Oh, no.
Okay, so no, okay. But you didn't hear him say, after he shoved you, did you hear him say anything?
Just pain, which is why I assumed he was hit.
Okay, what do you mean, pain? Can you explain?
Ow.
Okay,
Yeah, and then back to the store.
okay.
Because to me, it looked like when I shot, he was spun a little bit and he just kept going with his momentum and went that way.
Let's kind of back up, because I'm just trying to understand. Excuse me, before,
One thing I've been meaning to ask all you political heads in the comments is that song, the song, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. What is that about? Is that like the new national anthem or what? I mean, where did that come from? Is that old? Is that new? Does it belong to a party? Or what is that about? It's been in my head for weeks. I'm walking the dog down the beach in Portugal and I'm singing it out loud. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. The whole thing. It's nuts.
you shoot him, okay? And he had already shoved you, right? You said you thought he was going to come kick you and basically finish the job.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you hear him make any statements?
negative. He never made a word.
Okay,
until
like
I
I'm
fired.
coming to, I'm
Never
coming to
said
finish.
a word until I fired, but then I never said a word when he dumped me either.
Right. So you never said, what the
No,
hell,
sir.
dude? Okay, so you guys don't have any type of,
I barely even saw the man.
no, I mean, after he
Oh,
pushed
no.
you were on the ground,
There's
you're trying to get to your sidearm.
no talks between us
Okay.
at all.
You don't ask him, what the hell, dude? Why'd you push me?
No.
He doesn't make any statements, I'm gonna come kick your ass.
No, negative.
Okay.
Didn't say a word to me.
So he made no threats.
Yeah, get the likes going for our resident sound controlist, Soap the dog. She's been driving me nuts all day. First, she spilled beetroot juice all over the mixing desk. I think she's in heat, so she's nuts. Just so annoying. Makes me wish I had a big stick or a heavy net or something.
That he was gonna come finish his job.
It was an assumption, definitely.
Okay, so you just assumed he was gonna come do that?
Any smart person would, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it. I understand it. So, and then you shoot him. Just one time, correct?
One time, sir.
Okay.
Neutralize.
And then he just neutralize it?
Neutralize, and then that's it. There's no reason to
What do you mean? Can you elaborate? What do you mean neutralize?
neutralize the immediate threat.
Okay.
Yeah, Carol, the only thing I get from IKEA anymore is, you know, the discount area next to the cashiers. There's sometimes some, like, I don't know, plates or something for €1. But man, it used to be that you could furnish an entire apartment from IKEA for like $150. Now it's expensive as fuck. It's crazy. It's like, who is buying this? What do you mean it's $1,000? I thought the whole thing was that you build it yourself and they pass the savings on to you. You know, what happened to that, Sweden?
And that's it. No reason to go overboard anyway.
Sure. Okay. I get it. And then he runs in the,
I shoot to save my own ass, and that's that.
okay. And then he runs in the store. And then by the time fire rescue,
Everything's right.
okay,
Everything's going
you unload your gun, you have contact with deputies.
correct.
How often do you go to that store? You said
Every day.
every day. Okay. Do you ever have any type of issues with people parking in that?
One to that's it.
Okay. Well, can you kind of talk to me about that?
Oh yeah, that was a business, a big old septic truck parked
Okay.
there.
How long ago was that?
Many weeks,
Okay.
don't know.
Like a month, maybe?
Yeah, many weeks.
Okay. Can you kind of talk to me about that?
We had an argument.
What's that?
We had an argument
So-
because he didn't like me walking around the truck taking pictures too
Where was the truck parked?
in the handicap spot.
Okay. Was
Septic
it-
tank truck?
Facing the store as well?
Yeah, Rabbit, the end of American Sniper, where they used the real footage. Yeah, that brought me to tears. That was really emotional. What's your favorite Vietnam movie? I like Platoon.
Basically the same as the
Same
young
thing,
lady's car?
except his was easy. They're a local company.
Sure, all right. So you walking around the vehicle, doing the same thing?
Just took pictures that time.
Okay.
Then he got out and confronted me.
Oh, now
Okay.
he's talking about the other black guy he got into an argument with and threatened with violence.
Talk to me about that.
Wanted to come at me, wanted a piece of me, of course.
Did he say that?
Then the boss, then I called his boss, and then that was over. That was it.
Anybody make any threats?
Kick your ass.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Albert, don't worry, man. I don't want to talk about politics. I've never voted. I don't believe in any of it. You know, I just want to, look after the bumblebees, get them to make the honey, and it's all good. You know, I really don't fall into believing that anybody is telling the truth. You know, show me one political candidate that's not heading full speed for total Big Brother, control and secret agenda. It's not for me to get into it. So this is not going to be a political channel. If people want to bounce around some ideas in the chat, I'm not gonna control that. I mean, I just hope people don't argue about, oh, you like Trump or you don't like Trump and blah 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 blah. It's not really why I'm here, and I hope the same for everybody. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks about any politician. So don't worry, Albert. You're safe here.
Did you say that back to him? Like,
There's no reason to. He's about 4 foot taller than I am.
oh, Jesus. So you said local company. What do you mean by that?
Double A, they're right up in Dunedin,
Okay.
and their drivers do that on more than a few occasions. They
Is it a phone number on the side of the truck?
sure is.
Okay.
That's
You see, S. Bell knows. She's read George Orwell. Of course she has.
one of the bad things about putting a phone number on the side of your truck.
You
That's
took,
why it was called.
did you take a picture of the phone number or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, so you called the company, you
Sure
said,
did.
okay,
Talked with the boss.
all right.
Yeah.
What did you tell the boss man?
Told the boss man where his truck was parked, all this, and how his employee was acting after I took pictures of it and such, and that was that. He said he'd work it out with his man. I said, fair enough.
Okay. Any discussion about you having a gun or anything like that?
I didn't know, God, there was no gun shown.
Okay. Did you have your sidearm on you at
I
that?
always have my side.
Okay. You got a CCW, I'm assuming? Okay, all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I'm just asking.
I've been carrying my whole adult life.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
shit
kind of,
before that.
sure, I don't blame you. You go shooting a lot?
Not anymore, no.
Okay, when was the last time you went shooting?
Years.
All right.
What kind of firearms training you had before you got your CCW and? started to go
Well,
shooting?
besides hunting, my father was a state cop for 20 years, so I've had to drill.
What kind of firearms training does Michael Drejka have, guys? Well, he took a 4-hour course to have a CCW, which is the law in Florida, apparently. Does that really sound like, that you're going to be certified, trusted, and everything like that? Does that sound adequate? Would you give someone a driving license after a 4-hour course? Would you let someone cook you a full dinner after a 4-hour course? Well, maybe, but you know what I'm saying. Would you let someone operate on you after a 4-hour course?
What about you personally? What kind of?
Yeah, I trained with my dad a little bit, and
Okay.
I trained with other cops at the range, but as far as formal training, no.
Any prior military, anything like that?
Negative.
Prior law
I
enforcement?
wasn't allowed to be a cop. He said he'd break my arm. 20 years of shift working bullshit.
Your dad said that?
Yes, sir.
What kind of drills did he run you through?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean?
You ever practice from your back or anything like that in the past?
From my
You ever practice shooting from your back in a position where you're on the ground or?
I've practiced sitting before. I've never practiced laying on my back.
Okay,
But I knew sitting would always come into play at some point in time.
all right.
Besides the fact I was.
I knew sitting would always be coming into play at some point in time. Why? Well, if you're sitting or lying on your back, do people actually, I'm not talking about the military. Obviously, they train for all sorts of situations, but as just a civilian, do you train to shoot lying on your back? Why not train, trying to shoot from a 12-foot unicycle, just in case.
A driver for Uber, so
Okay.
I never.
All right. He used to drive for Uber, guys, so he had to train sitting, train shooting when sitting, because you never know when you might need to shoot one of your customers.
Been on my back before. No.
All right.
Let me ask you a question. You had mentioned that you go to the store all the time, and you had that one incident with the septic company.
Yeah.
Any other incidents prior to that? You ever have any discussion with the owner of the store?
Yeah, he saw me that day.
No, I mean about these handicaps, somebody parking in the handicap spot.
Yeah, I talked to him the day of the septic.
Okay. Was that Mustafa? Is that his name?
I don't know his name because there's another guy too. And
Oh,
I can't keep him straight.
What did you tell
Same thing. He saw it parked out there. I gave him the phone number, and you could see the company logo on the side of the truck.
him? Okay.
That was that. There's no reason. He doesn't have any reason to come out and stop people from parking in his handicap.
Did you-
spot, know what I mean?
Did you ever have a discussion with the owner and stuff, saying, "Hey, you guys need to enforce this"?
No.
Okay.
That's his prerogative.
Well, I know, but clear.
It's his prerogative. Well, you've made it your prerogative, though, Michael. Where are we at with the prerogative? Whose prerogative is the handicap spot? He's not even disabled. Okay, his mother-in-law Well, so what? She's not there. He's there every day. It's his store, remember, guys? He's there every day buying his monster drinks. 4 monster drinks. I said this earlier, guys. I tried one once. I couldn't believe what it tasted like. It was revolting. It was like, you know what I usually like to drink? Water. Sparkling water. You either have Agua Castelo or Pedras Salgadas. One is soft bubbles and one is hard bubbles. A little bit of ice, maybe a little lemon. Very nice. Monster drinks.
Clearly, there's an issue with people parking there, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, yeah,
Okay,
I'm not always there.
all right.
I'm
So,
not trying to get in arguments with people either, you know? what I
right,
mean?
absolutely.
When they see me doing stuff like that, they automatically think, hey, what's this guy trying to do? Fuck me?
Right.
And
Wouldn't you think that a little bit?
Yeah, the defense actually investigated whether they could use the 4 monster drinks to say, yes, that amount of monster drinks messed with his brain chemistry. The chemicals in the monster drinks went to his brain and they said, you need to protect the handicap space. And if the handicap space is occupied by someone who is not handicapped, then you should shoot them in the chest. And, there's no warning labels. With alcohol, you have warning labels. So they contacted Monster and said, listen, your drinks, why aren't there any? That was going to be their defense. I don't think it went into court at all, but they were looking into it, And he had private lawyers, One of his lawyers, I forget his name, but I actually really appreciated his attempts. And I think for a case like this, I can't remember how long the deliberations went on for, but after both sides had their closing argument, it was like, well, I don't know. With Charlie Adelson, it was like, okay, well, they're just going to have to go back there and fill out the forms, guilty, 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 guilty. And, the Chandler Halderson, same. It was like, well, there's no way that they're going to come back not guilty, obviously. But with this case, it was like, well, could be.
Somebody came take pictures around your car.
well, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Exactly, but if somebody came take a picture around your car, you'd probably think the same thing, right?
I'd ask a question first instead of going with the mouth.
Well,
I know better.
Let me ask this, that parking space, and this is just that parking lot in particular. There's actually other empty parking spaces that are probably closer and have better access to the front door.
That's the only one that has access
So-
to that ramp.
In this particular situation though, if somebody can park right next to the ramp, walk around to it, doesn't really matter all that much.
I'm not sure where this is headed. What's this
I'm
got to do
just
with
curious
getting hit from
whether or not
behind?
it's worth an argument over the parking
Yes,
space.
yes, I think it is.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you, instead of an argument, because you
Not
just,
an argument if you,
Right.
you know, and
A discussion.
agreeing with what he just said. That's
okay, but don't you think,
Yeah, riding. He got 20 years, 2nd degree. And he was 50, I think, when he went up. So, he'll probably survive. He did get whacked around the head with a padlock in a sock in prison. He is in there as a racially motivated killer. And I guess there's a lot of black guys in his jail. So probably not the most popular.
instead of putting yourself in that type of circumstance, that it may escalate, because people are crazy. I mean, right? You have road rage incidents, you got people getting shot all the time, all kinds of stuff, right? So hear me out. Wouldn't it be best, instead of putting yourself in those circumstances, to contact law enforcement and have a deputy come out there, or Clearwater Police,
Clearwater Police and I don't get along. We have some Fourth Amendment issues.
What is that? What do you mean, fourth?
Clearwater Police illegally searched my car.
Wrong, Albert. He said he was born in 70 and this took place in 2018. So he's 48 here.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
How long ago was that?
Last summer.
okay.
Yeah,
So-
they took it upon themselves to go through my glove box when all they had to do was replace something back in my vehicle.
What was that?
My firearm.
Okay, so they took your firearm out of the vehicle?
Always.
Okay. All right, but again, back to the question, just,
Actually, this is July and he's born in August 5th. So he's 47. He's a couple of weeks away from his 48th birthday.
I mean, wouldn't you think it would be better instead of putting yourself in that type of circumstance that could escalate?
Okay, what does this have to do with
I'm just asking, I mean,
being on my back and?
that does, you told me you were on your back and stuff, but I'm just saying, don't you think that it would be best to notify law enforcement? You said you don't like to argue, you said you don't like to have confrontations.
Okay, well,
Wouldn't it be,
point taken, but,
Okay.
we're straying a bit off course, I think.
no, we'll get back to that, but I'm just asking you a simple question. Do you think it would be best to call law enforcement and have them address that issue?
You'll never make it.
Okay, because the person what? will
They
be-
leave.
Okay,
I'll never make it.
all right, so it's,
Unless you guys are literally parked there, do you really think
Sometimes
you're
we
gonna
are,
make it?
sometimes we're real close.
Right, but you're not gonna drop an important something for.
Sure.
Okay, why bother you with stupid things like that?
okay,
I'm sorry,
I'll ask
I'm not after being a justice kind of guy, but when I just say something to a person about being parked there, I don't expect it to go where it went.
so that's why you don't call, because by the time you call,
Always, man.
they'll be gone.
They always are.
Okay.
I'll ask a related question though. When you take the pictures, what are your plans with the pictures? Like,
To show this ball.
what's the purpose in taking?
That's
these?
first balls.
Do you take pictures of other people's cars though?
No, actually,
Like if
no,
you
just
see- if you see
just
cars-
commercial. I didn't want to take a picture of their cars, no reason to. I'm not gonna turn them into anybody. I just want to ask them if they think it's right to be parked where they're parked.
Do you understand that? I mean, does it ever go through your mind?
It's a good question. Why does he take pictures? He takes pictures because he's on a power trip. And if there's someone watching him take pictures, all the better. You know, because he can initiate an argument without initiating an argument. Ooh.
Mind that when you're going up and talking to these people and informing them of them being parked in a handicap spot, that they might not take that right. That this might go sideways a little bit.
Well, sure, but that's why I take precautions as well.
Like what kind of precautions?
I'm a very careful person and I have a permit.
Okay, do you think you'd go knock on these people's, or I shouldn't say knock on these people's
Yeah,
doors.
I
Do you
don't
think you'd go confront them?
anyone
Like,
right to their face.
It's approaching, so we use the term approach instead of confront.
Okay, but it is up to the person who's in the car to actually confront.
If you go up to somebody and approach them, they could take that as being confrontational. You can't really determine how
That
they're
would
gonna
make
take it.
them confrontational.
But if you go up to somebody and you approach them about being parked in a handicapped spot, do you think you'd be willing to do that and take that risk if you didn't take these precautions? Because you don't know how people are gonna react.
I've been carrying a gun most of my adult life, so I can't really answer that in a way that would satisfy you.
Okay,
You
well,
know?
I mean,
Really nice question. That came up at trial. He basically said, if you didn't carry a firearm, would you be confident enough to go up and initiate these confrontations? And what did that show at trial? That showed that he had knowledge that the situation could escalate that far. And he was only willing to enter into it if he knew he had the ability to shoot to kill.
would you approach these people if you didn't?
Once again, I don't know. I would have to say yeah,
Okay,
but I wouldn't know because, like I said,
you always carry.
I've always carried a firearm.
Okay. Since how long? How long have you carried it?
I was 22,
How old are you now?
48, 47. Sorry, I'll be 48 in August.
Me too. So, and we'll dive back into the whole him shoving you and stuff like that.
I think that's where it all lies.
Sure, and the video and everything like that. If, let's say on the video, I watch the video, whatever, and he doesn't approach you or make any steps towards you like you indicated.
Exactly what I saw though.
Okay, so you saw him come towards you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what happens if he didn't come towards you? Would you still
Hell
fire
no,
around?
there's no reason to. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm.
What if he's just standing still?
I still don't need to use my firearm.
Good, Michael. If he's retreating, then I don't need to use my firearm. It's a good job you went for that 4-hour course. You know, good job. The only trouble with it, Michael, he was retreating.
Firearm.
Did you see, when you saw this guy after he pushed you, did you see anything on his face? Did you see any facial expressions or anything?
Negative. All I saw was a man trying to do me.
What were his hands doing? Did you see
I
that?
have no clue. Okay,
Were you able to see him? Were you able to see the guy's hands?
I didn't see his hands per se, and I didn't see his face at all. I don't know what he looks like.
Could you see his legs, his feet, anything like that?
I might have seen his legs. I know he was a black guy, that's it. Or maybe his arms, I'm not sure.
Could you see anything that he was doing other than,
Watching his feet, watching his hips.
all right. So if he was standing still, you would have seen no reason to
No,
pull that
sir.
trigger. Okay.
If he hadn't twitched, I never would have pulled that trigger.
When that gun was out, did you make the decision to shoot when you pulled the gun out, or was that decision made afterwards?
Negative decision I made as soon as he moved.
Okay. Did you remember having time to think and process
No
things?
time to think.
But you
As
hadn't
soon as
made,
that gun was out, the twitch goes, that's it.
okay. But you said you actually pulled the gun out before you made the decision to shoot, right?
I'm not pulling it out with the intention of pulling the trigger,
Okay.
okay?
Now,
If I come up on target and I need to shoot, I'm shooting.
If you would have pulled that gun, between the time you pulled that gun, if you had been on your back and you pulled that gun and you had it on him, if he would have been standing still, do you think that trigger would have gotten pulled?
No,
Did you have time to really look at him and tell that he was coming towards you?
the feet said he was coming towards me and
Okay.
so did the hips.
Yeah, guys.
What kind of twitch was it?
The feet said he was coming towards me, and so did the hips. They had their own chorus. The feet and the hips told me that he was coming. So, obviously, my wrists and fingers responded to his feet and hips. Oh, it's like that song, isn't it? What's that song? Something about touching your toes. They go through all the thigh bones connected to the hip bone.
The hip twitch. Right foot comes around this way like he's going to come right past that car thing, and that was that.
How much time do you think it was between when you pulled that gun out and when you
I don't
actually
know.
pulled the trigger?
I don't know.
How much time did it seem like to you?
It seemed like a split second.
Okay.
All right, Michael, we'll be right back. You gotta use the restroom or anything?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Need any more water, Porter? Okay. We'll be right back, all right?
We gotta look at a few things and see if kind of placing together what you're telling us, all right?
Oh, let's give Leah a little catch up, guys. So this is Michael Drejka, Leah, and he's a guy who loves going to his local convenience store. He's there every day. He loves Monster drinks. He buys 4 of them a day. And he's taken it upon himself to be the little vigilante policeman of the disabled parking spot, the handicap parking spot. And he hates it if someone parks in the handicap spot and they haven't got the placards to say that they're permitted. So what he'll do is he'll go up to the vehicle, he'll walk all around it, stomping his feet and looking for a placard. And if he doesn't see a placard, he takes pictures of the vehicle. And if the owner of the vehicle is close by, he'll tell them, get out of the parking spot, and that's his job. That's what he has decided his job is. So on this occasion, The people who pulled up and parked in the handicap spot was Markeis McGlockton, his girlfriend, and their 3 kids. She was also pregnant with kid number 4. And Markeis and his son, little Markeis, went into the convenience store while Brittany Jacobs, the girlfriend, stayed in the car with the other kids. You know, engine running. I don't even think they were really parked. It was just like they're going to stop there. You know, still, you shouldn't park in the spot, but, you know, it wasn't like they parked there and were going to be gone for 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Drejka got into an verbal altercation with the woman. Markeis came out of the store, saw someone hassling his woman, and came up in Michael Drejka's blind sight and pushed him to the ground. One push, down to the ground, and this guy, Michael Drejka, pulled out his gun and shot the guy straight in the chest, who died within minutes on the floor of the convenience store. And now he's having an interview to determine whether or not that was a justified killing. But at this point, Michael doesn't know if the guy he shot is dead or not. That's about where we're at with it, yeah. But he's been doing this for years. He's always going up to people. You shouldn't park there. He got into a really heavy confrontation with another black guy. There seems to be a racial component to this story. And he threatened him with violence as well. And he's also known to the Clearwater Police Department because he drives around, and if someone like cuts him up in traffic or, you know, that sort of thing, he'll drive alongside them, shout and wave his gun at them. So the cops, like, they're always coming up to him saying, listen, stop waving your gun around like a lunatic. You up to speed, Leah? That's about where we are so far. Remember, everybody, to leave a like on the video, subscribe, share, leave a comment. I don't think we put any support links in this video. We didn't think anyone would be here, you know, but we are super thanks, super chat, super sticker, and buymeacoffee.com. It's all there. It's all there. It's all there. Actually, it's not there because we didn't put the links. So you'll have to find your own way there. Like that's going to happen.
Michael?
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? All right. So, we spoke before. I'm Detective Shields in the Sheriff's Office. We're here to do a buccal swab, which is a swabbing of your cheeks. If you consent to it, we're gonna go over a consent form here. And then we're gonna do some overall photographs of your injuries and overall photographs of you. And well, it's just the swab is just to collect any DNA or anything like that that might go along with this incident here. Let me grab one that's not.
He's got a tattoo that says madness and sadness, because his initials are MAD and his wife's initials are SAD. There just seems to be something a little bit deranged about that, don't you think? It just doesn't sit right with me on the mental health spectrum. You know, madness and sadness. That's the term you use to memorialize your marriage. Okay. Well, how about, you know, a love heart, or, you know, a flower, or both?
Written on already.
Hey, Christine G, you crazy gun nut, you should be saving that money for your ammo. Back to your training. Thank you very much. You are a sugar babe.
You have one?
Yeah. And you need to be taking my DNA. Why?
Sir?
You need to be taking my DNA. Why?
Well, I'm gonna go over the form with you, and if it's a consensual buckle
Oh,
swab.
just curious.
Yes, sir. Just be,
Oh, just curious. You need to be taking my DNA. Why? What a way to announce your what is that announcing? It's like, I want to tell you that I don't want to give you my DNA, but I don't want to come out and just say that because I'm worried about how that will make me look. So I need to just really put a high amount of emphasis on the question. You need to be taking my DNA. Why? The fuck? Just decline it, man. It's optional.
because you're involved with this incident, we wanna see if there's any, DNA that comes up with matching on the gun, or what, all that good stuff.
I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Sir?
I said, I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Oh, really? All right, excuse me for one moment. Let me make sure.
What the hell did he just say to cover up how uncomfortable he is? Some joke that didn't land twice. Let's try and catch it, guys. It might be important.
Sir?
I said,
All that good stuff. DNA that comes up with matching on the gun, or what, all that good stuff.
I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Sir?
I said, I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun.
Oh, really? All right,
Okay, so again, it is important actually. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun. He's referring to his father, I'm assuming. We learn later that he's from Delaware. He's really proud of that. He announces that, like, yeah, first state to ratify the Constitution. He says that every time his state of origin comes up. First state to ratify the Constitution. Yeah, that's me. Anyway, and then we later also find out that his dad was a cop. So he's announcing that he's related to law enforcement, right? He's aligning himself with the law. I hope not. That was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun that I inherited from my cop badge holding dad. So we're the same.
excuse me.
Not a criminal, cop in my immediate family. So if we could get these forms in order.
For one moment. Let me make sure.
George Yankee Alpha 175. Yeah, the gentleman left that here.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Leah, thank you as well. We didn't. We were your super sticker was hiding behind Christine G's super super chat. So thanks so much as well, Leah. You are a legend and a star. And from British Columbia, wow, isn't that nice? Do they have maple syrup in British Columbia? I guess so, right? That stuff's addictive.
All right. Today's gonna be July 19th, 2018. Location is gonna be here at our North District Station. We're gonna go over consent for a buccal swab. I, print your name here, agree to provide a buccal swab to detective, I'm gonna put my name in, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. I understand that the law enforcement personnel will take this buccal swab of my saliva and have it analyzed. I also fully understand that the results of the analysis can and will be used against me in a court of law. I have been fully informed that I am under no obligation to provide this sample and I can refuse to consent. I, and then your name, acknowledge that I am freely and voluntarily providing this written consent for law enforcement to take the buccal swab. The law enforcement personnel have not made any threats or promises of any kind to induce.
Yeah, Christine G, MD is dumb as a box of rocks. Wait until we go into his interview he gives to the press from jail. To I think the intent of his interview is to do some damage control on his reputation and possibly to get some sort of financial support rolling into his wife, who isn't, doing too good. And it doesn't really go as planned. In fact, he kind of makes his situation 1,000 times worse, especially when it comes to defending allegations of his racial prejudice. It's like, just wait until you see it, guys. It's fantastic. We're going to be walking through that. We're going to be walking through that slowly on our tiptoes.
Me to give this consent. I have had the opportunity to ask questions and consult with a lawyer if I so desired. Having been fully informed, I authorize law enforcement to take my saliva samples, which is the buccal swabs, from my person on or before today's date. If you agree to that, are you agreeing to that?
What happens if I don't?
You don't, and we don't collect it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason really.
Okay,
Yeah, truthfully.
so you're,
I mean, you already know I'm involved with this. So.
yes, of course, but,
Which is what you explained that this would be for.
yes, sir.
So if you already know, then I don't think I need to do that.
Okay, do you want time to consult with an attorney?
Tonight, that's not gonna.
Well, no, I'm not saying tonight, I'm just saying before you consent
Oh, I
to
was-
this, or if at all possible, to consent to it.
Yeah, I always love that.
Okay, so you're refusing at this time?
Yeah, tonight,
Okay.
that's okay, we'll do everything else if there's anything else. I mean, there's no question that I am who.
Sorry, guys, did you not hear me a moment ago saying that the gun is a Dover, Delaware cop's gun? Now you want my DNA? I thought we cleared this all up. It was a Dover, Delaware cop's gun. Come on. Clean out your ears, guys.
Sure. So we have at 9:17 PM.
Man, that late.
Yes, sir.
It turns out it's necessary.
Yeah, Leah, I heard that if you eat enough maple syrup, you actually start to glow like the sun. Which sounds nice, doesn't it?
Very well then, I will do more than that.
Okay. I'm just putting on here that 9:17 PM you refused, and I've signed it as a witness and my badge number. Okay?
All right.
Now we're gonna.
Oh, by the way, happy solstice to everyone. Longest day of the year. So it's all downhill from here, huh?
Gonna do some overall photographs of you, sir, and of any injuries that you may have. Okay? So if you stand up right here for me, sir.
Oh, sorry. I should have addressed that only to our northern hemisphere audience. Of course, all you guys down in that burning hot island where Britain took all its prisoners and left them. Yeah, it's the shortest day of the year for you. Have I got that right? Is that how it works? I think so.
These are our forensics technicians, forensic specialists. that work here at the sheriff's office, and they're gonna get some overall stuff.
Yeah, Rabbit, have you ever seen a kangaroo wearing a jumper, wearing a sweater, a knitted fleece?
Hi, Michael, if you just stand up right here, I'll just take some overall photographs of you.
Actually, would you, one second, would you be able to put the shirt back on, because you had that on at the time?
Oh, yeah, I
If
just
we just did, we can
basically
take it off.
trying to button it.
No, I
like a
understand.
slob.
That's all right.
Hey, Atlanta, you know who you are.
I'm just gonna get one of your face.
God, imagine if he was wearing an owl t-shirt. That'd be freaky, wouldn't it?
It's gonna be a bright flash. Okay, now if you turn and face the wall, just gonna get your side. And can you turn and face the back so I can get your back? Thank you.
He's got the biggest shirt. Do they only have one size left in the store and it was 5 sizes too large? I mean, what the hell? You know, does it need to be that big?
All right, and then, yep, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna see, where were your injuries? You
You can take the shirt.
You can take
Now,
this
this is basically it as far as noticeable injuries. Everything else is just muscular and on the inside.
Okay,
So as far as the
Yeah, all the injuries, they're on the inside. He has a broken heart and you know, he's got a frog in his throat. They're all on the inside. So, you know, we're gonna have to use a special camera, the kind that we could put up your ass.
visible one, that's it.
okay, you can take your shirt off so I can check this out. Okay, tattoos and everything too.
Yeah, it does look like he's wearing his dad's clothes if he was like 8 years old and just wanted to know what it felt like to be a man and tried on his dad's shirt. Except he's 47 years old and this Dover, Delaware cop. I think that's another t-shirt, guys. We've got to do something with No, that was a Dover, Delaware cop.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah.
We only sell that t-shirt in triple XL.
I'm just gonna get this one. So put a scale next to it.
Yeah, John Duncan. It's a good job he didn't have to run next to a swimming pool. You know, he'd be sliding all over the place in those things.
I'm gonna take a photo of your tattoo as well, okay?
One under the sleeve.
Okay, under the sleeve? Okay, feel up to that.
Casey did this right here too.
Yeah, don't take my DNA, but when the hot photography chick comes in, make sure she sees all of my tattoos because I get a little rush out of exposing my skin to hot chick.
The abrasion on
The
that.
abrasion.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't see a separation back here.
She is nice, isn't she? You can just tell. What is with that hair? It's like Mickey Mouse hair, double bun. Is that a thing? I want to get a close-up of that.
Awesome.
Do you mind holding it? Yeah, I'll hold it. Got a little shot of it.
All the ladies in the chat are like, hell yeah, that's a thing. The double bun, man. The double bun thing. It's a Dover, Delaware classic.
Good, thanks. Did you get a
They call it the double Delaware Dover bun.
arm?
This one?
Yeah, and the other one also on
No,
this upper
nothing on
arm.
the other upper arm. No.
Did you get this
Just
one?
these-
That
Oh,
was
is there one
up
up here?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to show you.
I think I did.
Yes.
okay. And then we'll just go to his legs.
Do you mind lifting up your pant leg here?
This guy, he's going to get a friggin' chubby in a minute.
So I gotta put this one. Oh, I know your arm hurts.
That's okay.
Okay.
It goes together. What does that say in your tattoo?
Madness and sadness. Used her initials were SAD, mine are NAD.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Do you have any on your back? Those are
No,
it?
no,
Okay.
that's it.
Do you want me to do like
Imagine going into the tattoo artist. Yes, I'd like something to remind me of my wife, of my marriage. How about madness and sadness?
with the shirt off and everything?
There's no need. Did you
I don't believe so.
No.
Do you feel like there's any injuries on your
Oh.
back or
We'll just-
anything?
No,
Michael, just the shoulder where I landed and obviously.
actually, do you have any marks on his shoulder?
On the shirt probably.
Just the
but on
shirt?
Yeah, on the
Can we
back,
just go ahead and take a peek? Let's lift up your
There you go.
shirt.
I don't think I did.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, I just
Man, I hope those rubber gloves are really thick.
I don't really see anything. You have a scar on your back. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, so what's on your hand right here?
That's going to be from handcuffs.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and document that also. Yeah, that,
Those
okay,
two.
yeah, we'll just document that as well. Sorry.
It's okay.
Do you have anything on that wrist?
No.
No,
not really.
okay, let's do this one. Okay, can you flip it over for us? Oh, yeah, there's a little mark right there.
It's coming up, Rabbit. When do they tell this fool that the other guy is dead? Yeah. And you know what he does? Well, we'll see. His reaction is like, I don't know. It's just, what is, you think that would be a moment. I mean, the cop obviously tells him to get his reaction on film, and he does not seize that opportunity well.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead and have a seat again. Thank you. I'm just gonna actually check your shirt out and see if there's a mark on the shoulder area. No, just some scuff marks right there.
oh,
It's right there, yeah. Do you want me to put this back? Okay, would you mind doing me a favor and standing back up and putting this back on, and we can document it as you were wearing it, please?
Thank you.
Oops, sorry. There you go.
Tricia.
Yeah, can we just put this 4-man tent on your back? We could open a little lemonade stall with this guy's shirt. If you ever need a rain cover for your whole family, your extended family, just contact Michael Drejka and ask to borrow his giant Dover, Delaware Cops shirt.
Okay, we'll start with the front. And we'll work with, the tear right there. Sorry.
Okay, Michael, stand like a snowflake, Michael. Okay.
And that is something new from today, sir? The rip?
Yes, it is. This was a very good shirt.
All right, turn around. And this one back in the back. Oh, and then his sleeve.
Right, your sleeve.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me consult with Detective Moffett and then take the shirt as a
Yeah,
sort of evidence. So, I don't know if you guys talked about that before.
We did, and we also need to do a GSR of the hands. And Michael, we're just gonna observe your clothing for any possible blood. If there's any possible blood on your clothing, then we're gonna have to collect that as well, okay?
All of it?
Whatever it may be.
We still need to kind of
I'm all right.
consult.
Just wondering, that's all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Walk out of here naked.
We'll give you like
Oh,
a
yeah,
suit or something.
Yeah, Keith, I like that shirt too. You know, it would come in real handy if I need something to cover the entire couch when I'm painting the living room.
Alright, do you want to stand up again for us? Sorry.
You can just go back against the wall. Thank you.
There's something on his left sleeve to the side.
Left?
A little dark mark.
I saw that, but
Oh, ink stain.
yeah, that's what I
Okay.
looked from your pen.
Yep.
Okay. Can you just put your arms out by your side for me?
I think he's half posing as some sort of community hero. You know, he thinks these young, attractive forensic cops are like, yep, he did what he had to do. This guy doesn't back down when there's trouble. You know, and they shouldn't have been parked there. He was right. Fucking deranged as that.
Was this closed, like buttoned, or was it hanging open?
No, it was not buttoned. It was
Okay.
open. Don't know if it was hanging open. But
Wow, S. Bell, are you sure you've thought this sentence through? Let's read it together and try and understand it as a group. If Mississippi bought Missouri and New Jersey, what did Delaware? Well, I know there's also a Dover in Jersey. You know, they were really low on names when they were running around there, huh? That neck of the woods. What is that? If Mississippi bought Missouri and New Jersey, what did Delaware? Oh, I see. Ah, okay. If Mississippi bought Missouri and New Jersey, what did Delaware? Okay, we have to think of a clever way to answer that question. Delaware. I'll have to come back to that one.
it was not buttoned.
Okay. See a little something right there. We'll get that. It's a hole.
I was gonna say Idaho for I don't know. Alaska, yeah, okay. There's got to be another pun in there somewhere. I need a map of the US immediately. Where is our sound controlist? Bring me a map of the United States.
Okay. Could you turn and face that wall for me, please? Okay, can you turn and face this wall over here to my right? Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you just photograph this little area right here. Yeah. Oh, that's actually a hole. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it
little
is.
hole.
Okay.
It looked like a little, before you stretched it, it looked like a little red mark. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't see anything that's popping out at me right now, other than just the marks on his shirt from where it fell.
Okay.
You can go ahead and have a seat again, thank you. We're just gonna do this GSR hit, okay? Michael, were you wearing that hat at the time of this incident?
Yes, I was.
Okay. We'll just grab a couple photos of that, yeah. Maybe if I can move this in. Mm-hmm. Get it over eventually. Now I get to ask you a bunch of fun questions. What's your full name? Middle name included.
Michael Andrew Drejka.
DRA.
Drejka.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Nobody's been able to spell it my entire life.
And are you right or left-handed?
Right.
Have you washed your hands since the incident?
Unfortunately, they didn't tell me quick enough in the bathroom when I went here the first time. It was a
Okay.
habit, and I almost got to washing them, but
But you didn't?
we stopped and just threw the water off my hands.
Oh, okay, so there was water on it, but you no soap or anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
just on the inside.
Okay,
Nothing out here.
okay. And what's your
I'm right here, Christina. And thank you for holding fort last night. I read all the comments, and you it's fantastic. You know, it's so great that you feel confident enough to just you know to take the place as replacement host. You know, that's fantastic. You know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's character building. I like it. I like it. I like it.
occupation?
Retired.
Welcome back, Christina. How was yoga?
Your time, okay. And what are your hobbies?
I can't afford hobbies anymore.
Alrighty. And what have you done, like what are your activities since the incident and now?
Been involved with you folks.
Okay, did you call 911?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No,
Okay,
You
someone else
run into
did?
the store, and I imagine that was taken care of very quickly.
Okay. Okay, and did you ride in an ambulance or anything? Were you injured? Okay. They just brought you straight here?
Oh, yeah, after sitting there for a while, yeah.
Okay, after sitting at the.
Yeah, I didn't go
gas
anywhere
station.
else, but
Okay.
from there to here.
Okay. Alrighty. Got two swabs, I'm gonna do both of your hands. Your right hand first. You just kind of want to hold it up like this at the table.
That's better.
I know it hurts, I'm sorry.
You gotta do.
Yeah, fresh out of Clearwater, Florida, Christina. So that's not a million miles from St. Petersburg, right? I don't know. Maybe. And it was a Circle A, I believe, not a Circle K. But yeah, he's a self-imposed vigilante parking lot policeman who goes up to people that park in the handicap space and says, "You can't park here." And he gets into altercations all the time. The store have told him to knock it off. He's threatening people with a gun. And and then Brittany Jacobs drives up with her boyfriend Markeis McGlockton, and Markeis goes in the store with one of his kids. They're in for like 5 minutes. He's going over there to start some shit. Markeis comes out, pushes the guy down, kind of blindsides him. This guy takes out a gun, shoots him through both lungs and the heart. I think they call that a kill shot in training. But he doesn't know that the guy's died yet. He has died. He died within minutes. He bled out right in front of his young son, his 5-year-old son, and yeah, no, he thinks he's in here just answering a few questions. He's talking cop speak. He's all like 21-foot rule, 21-foot rule. He's saying, instead of no and yes, he's like negative, affirmative, and then they ask about his gun. He's like, yeah, that's a Dover, Delaware cop's gun that I got from my dad, who was a cop, And yeah, he thinks he's going to be in and out, and he is. They let him go. But 10 days later, he's arrested for second-degree murder, and he went to trial. Pretty good trial. He had private attorneys, and he got 20 years. So that's a quick run through.
We already noticed there. So it was a
Mhm.
moot point.
Yeah. It's just,
We gotta be
procedure.
done.
Yeah. And I just need to get your palm. I know if it hurts, I can just.
That's all right. I got you.
Okay. It's quiet.
Shall I hum too?
Yes, please.
And back on.
Okay. All right, and we're all set with that.
I'm happy.
Put your time on there, 21:30.
No, I riding shotgun. I think Leah is trying to get everyone else to go to the beach.
Yes, we're gonna, so I'm gonna photograph it. 21:30.
21.
Yeah, 21:30.
You said you're retired, Michael. What kind of work did you do before?
Line clearance tree trimming, means I cut trees around the power lines.
Oh,
So I spent many, many weeks here in Florida before I finally moved here.
where did you live prior to moving here?
Delawarean, born and raised, if you can believe it, a little tiny state up there, you know.
Right next to Rhode Island.
First one to ratify the Constitution, you know.
Yeah, he's real proud of that, isn't he? First one to ratify the Constitution, Delawarean. From all the way up there. Now I'm down here. I just had to go up there to ratify the Constitution, and now I'm back.
Pretend on.
Sorry, waiting for you.
Get all sides like the shoe we did earlier. Please, thank you.
Yeah, Christina, I know it's Circle K usually, but this one is Circle A. It must be like a knockoff store. It's a food store. Little convenience store, little nothing store on the corner. Monster drinks. See, this guy has 4 monster drinks a day. Disgusting.
Very good.
Embarrassingly dirty.
Hands are always dirty. Is there a size or anything?
No, it doesn't
One
matter.
size fits all.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay.
Okay. Very good. And that was a no on the buckle?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, so we will
All right, we're going to
step outside.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
This young forensic cop with the double Dover Delaware bun has got some like Thelma and Louise sunglasses. I thought that wasn't allowed. I thought it was like Oakley or Ray-Ban. That's your 2 choices, and nothing showy. Look,
Okay.
Okay.
or is that just another part of her hair?
Very good. And that was a no on the buckle?
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, so we will
All right, we're going to
step outside.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, hang out for me, Michael? Hang out for a few? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, hang out for a few, Michael, while we run your DNA that you refused to give us. Oh, okay, we're ready for part 3, guys. Straight on to part 3. Where's part 3? There's part 3.
Some degenerates.
Yeah, that arm that you've just been moving around in front of the fit girls is suddenly hurting again. You see, he's made himself a little sling. Everyone noticed that who's new in the chat. He's made himself a little sling. He's got so much volume of that shirt to work with that he was able to cut a piece off to make a sling without us noticing any part of the shirt was missing. It's an enormous shirt. It's like what you put over the gazebo in winter. Yeah, California Amy, next time you go to the hairdresser, tell them that you want a Delaware double bun. And when they look at you with a confused expression, act like people have been wearing it for years and that they're the idiots. Yeah, I'd like the double Delaware Dover bun. What? Surely you must know the double Delaware Dover bun. Yeah, I got nothing against it, Christina, but I wasn't sure if I was, it just, from the angle in the room, it looked like Mickey Mouse. So we've come up with a new name for the style. It's the double Delaware Dover bun, or any combination of those words.
sorry, man. You good on water and stuff like that? Okay.
People were just here, so I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, he's good on water, but he's having a major withdrawal from Monster drinks. We need to get a whole bucket of Monster in here right now.
Rockport's, you know, Rockport's went out of business?
No,
Yeah.
shit.
I know, right?
This is gonna be my last pair.
It's depressing, isn't it?
Like, we just want to talk to you, kind of seal up a few things and go over a few more things. Is that all right? Just to go over, just kind of clarify things.
Clarify away.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, kind of what type of activities do you do? Do you do any like karate or anything?
No,
Okay.
I am definitely not that active, and I am not in that good health to be that.
Yeah. This no, don't let appearances fool you guys. Underneath that shirt is the black belt of an Olympic champion judo player.
Active.
I'm not active either. What's your health issues, or you got health?
I've got GERD. I've got some breathing problems from my smoking over the years, and that's really about as far serious goes. Cholesterol was serious, but under control.
How long? Okay, that's a good thing. How long ago did you retire?
2007.
2007. Where from, if you don't mind me asking?
Asplund Tree Expert. ASPLUNDH.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
ASPLUNDH. Tree Experts.
What is that? If you don't mind?
Asplund.
No, I mean, what did you do? What did you do there?
Oh, line clearance tree trimmer. They are the original company that started trimming trees for power companies back in 1928.
You're a brave man.
Wow. So, God, can you imagine this guy's credentials? Okay, so he's got the Dover, Delaware cops gun. He personally ratified the Constitution, and his tree trimming company was the very first one. What was it? In 1928? What? The original. So this guy's not messing around. He's an important figure.
What did you do? What did you do there?
Oh, line clearance tree trimmer.
Line clearance tree trimmer. So that's when, you know, an energy company needs to put in power lines or, you know, pylons that are running electricity all around the country, or if maybe a train is coming through and they need lines, he will clear the lines for the power cables, because all those trees are just in the way, right? But not when this guy's through, you know.
They're the original company that started trimming trees for power companies back in 1928.
The original company that started trimming trees for power companies back in 1928. Companies. This guy, you know, you can just imagine him at some meaningless event, you know, he's invited to, I don't know, like his wife has a friend from book club that she's close with, and her husband is involved on a golf course, and they somehow get invited to the golf course lunch. And then this guy is going around the buffet talking to everyone about, you know, how his line clearance tree trimming company was the first one in 1928 to clear the lines for energy companies.
Brave man. You would climb trees and stuff like that? Holy crap. And you retired in 2007?
2007. My mother died and left me alone, and
Sorry to hear that.
me too. It's not the way you want to get it.
No. But in regards to your medical status, stuff like that, I mean, you're in good shape for the most part?
It's just the breathing. I've been smoking for so damn long, I can't get up
Still smoke?
almost 2 packs a day.
Who's this Timothy Smith? Who's this Timothy Smith? He says, Metrix, we miss you commenting on Wendy. Take care. What am I to infer by that? You don't like that we're not covering the Adelson case today? Well, most of our videos are covering the Adelson case, and we accept that it is the big one that everybody loves. But, I don't want to be a channel that just sticks with one case that gets the most attention. That's just becoming, part of the machine. We have to explore other cases, guys. There's a lot of good ones out there. Granted, the Adelson case, the Markel case is huge, and we could just talk about that for years. But frankly, I like to mix it up. If people don't like that, then you can just come on back when we're talking about the Adelson case again, which we will be doing later. But come on, give me a break.
So what, do you take asthma medicine and stuff like that, or
No, negative.
you're not asthmatic?
No, I am not.
Okay. Or suffer from
Maybe a
asthma?
little pre-COPD, but not asthmatic.
Okay. All right. Do you do anything since you've been retired? You do any activities?
We used to go boating, and then we sold the boats. We used to go motorcycling, and then we sold the motorcycles. And now it's basically just time for me to go back to work, and she's still working.
Okay.
My wife.
Well, what do you do on a daily basis? Just
Right
hang
now,
out?
packing.
Doing what, I'm sorry?
Packing.
What do you mean packing?
We have to move.
Okay. You mind if I ask you why you gotta move?
Yeah. He's our neighbors, our landlord. He just had our grandson,
Okay.
and he's taking our house and folding it into his business, which is based right next door at his house.
Okay.
So yeah, we knew this has been coming for a couple of years now.
All right.
We've been there almost 8 years.
You gonna stay in the area, or?
We can't afford to.
Okay. Yeah, Pinellas County's,
It's tough.
yeah.
Well, we had a hell of a deal, but that's over.
We're gonna kind of bounce back to the incident, okay, a little bit.
Yeah, you keep bouncing a lot.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I gotta
How
have,
long day?
No, it's not.
so in regards to the incident at the store, you had mentioned early on when I was talking to you.
Yeah, we're going to bounce back, Michael, to the incident. It's been great sitting here for 10 minutes like we're just two guys shooting the shit about your tree line clearing business and your constitution ratifying state and all the rest of it. It's been fantastic, gripping stuff, but we're just going to bounce back to the incident. We bounced over here and now we're bouncing back. Okay, so we're going to bounce back and incident, go.
About after he shoved you, okay, and you fell to the ground.
Nothing.
Well,
A shove is somebody standing in front of somebody and pushing their arms out straight. This felt like I was run at and tackled.
okay, all right. So after he tackles you or whatever in your words, you fall to the ground, correct?
Very cool.
Okay, because I don't want to put words in your mouth. And then
A shove is being I love what his attorney does in the closing argument. I quite like his attorney in some ways, just because he's pretty good, and it when the jury went away to deliberate, it was not really clear who won, like it is with a lot of cases. Could have gone either way, but the attorney really escalates the language and says, what was it the expert said? He called it a schoolyard push. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. He comes at Mr. Drejka with palm strike. Palm strike. like his hands became napalm, and he strikes with the napalm hands, and palm strike. I mean, way to ham up the language on pushing him down. You know, that's all that happened. Palm strike.
You know, you're working on getting your firearm out because of what reason?
I laid on it when I fell.
Okay, but you're working on trying to get your firearm out.
I had to drag it out from under me.
For what reason though?
If you had just been blindsided with no idea who was attacking you, would your firearm be out next move you made?
Probably so. I mean, I don't know.
That's
It's hard for me to make that.
That's exactly.
It's an
why.
opinion. Okay. So
No, I don't think
you
so.
thought,
It's training.
okay, when you looked up and you see him, what's going through your mind?
What's going through my mind is he coming back at me again?
Okay. To do what? What did you think he was going to do?
Thinking he's going to finish what the hell he just started.
Okay. And to you, like, what do you mean? Kind of elaborate a little bit on the finishing.
Finish what the hell he just started. From my eye, he'd finished it, man. You were messing with his woman, being aggressive in front of his kids, and he came out and sorted you out.
I have no clue because he didn't do anything.
Right.
I can't elaborate on something I don't know about.
Well, what do you think he was going to do?
No clue. Come after me again. That's about it. What he would have done is just pure conjecture.
All right. Did you think he was maybe going to get physical with you?
Sure.
Okay.
In a fair fight,
Yeah, I thought he was going to get physical with me. I thought he was going to like do that tickling thing where you're laughing but it still hurts and they won't stop. You know, I thought he was going to tickle me really hard. I didn't want it to happen, so I shot him in the chest.
I think you can take him.
Negative. I do not fight. Never have been a fighter.
Never?
Never.
Ever?
Ever.
Right.
Yeah, you fight with a gun though, don't you? Yeah. Pick a fight with a woman when you're carrying. Okay.
I didn't even fight in school.
What kind of work are you gonna go back to doing?
It's going to have to be indoor, sales, something like that.
Got it.
Unknown as far as whatever I can get.
Do you still do any activities now or no? Like the boating and stuff like that?
No, we have no boats. We have no motorcycles left.
All right. Do you go out and do activities or anything?
No, we can't.
Ride a bicycle or anything?
No, we can't afford it.
Okay.
I'm at home with my dogs.
Did you, when you looked up,
You can't afford to ride a bicycle? What does that mean? You can get a bicycle for $30, secondhand, any day of the week.
at this gentleman, I know it was so quick. Did you see his physical build or did any of that go through your mind?
Medium height person.
Yeah, something indoors, Christina, right? Something indoors, like maybe operating the laundry or basic kitchen work.
Person.
Okay. So you didn't go through your mind, holy shit, this guy's huge, he's gonna, okay. So you're,
Anybody can be anything.
sure, absolutely.
Huge has nothing to do with it.
Right, no, I agree, absolutely, without a doubt. But it goes through your mind that he's coming to finish his job,
Very correct.
okay? I mean, what do you, finish the job, what do you mean? I'm
Finish
just trying-
whatever he started. I have no clue what he started and what his end game was.
Right, okay,
I was in the dark about that. So that makes me believe to myself, I need a force multiplier because I don't know what's going on.
what do you mean?
Imagine whenever he got either appointed counsel or private counsel, I assume he had appointed counsel first place, right? The first one to touch this case would have gone through this interview. And at this point, he's just head in hands going, why did you say that? Why didn't you just say nothing? That would have been so much better. Now we're screwed. This is never going to work.
Force multiplier. What is that?
Exactly what, you know what a force multiplier is.
No, sir, I don't. If I did, I don't.
He loves this cop terminology. He's like, yeah, I needed a force multiplier. I needed to take the force and I needed to multiply it by itself and then make a super force.
I really don't.
Well, force multiplier is a sidearm, anything
Okay,
other than your hand.
okay. All right, I got you.
A stick,
Some type of weapon.
force multiplier.
Okay.
You know terminology that we don't.
I
learned it from,
You do a lot of
I
reading
learned it
or-
from the, yeah,
I seriously didn't know what that meant.
very.
A lot of reading?
Yes,
What kind of stuff do you read?
everything.
No, but is it like tactical stuff like
Oh,
tactics?
no.
What, like fancy fiction? He reads everything, folks. He reads everything.
And I'm not specifically, no, and I literally mean whatever I can get my hands on, I read.
Okay.
About firearms or?
No, anything.
Okay, all right.
I guess he's talking about like reading the back of the shampoo bottle while he's taking a dump. You know, he's just like, I need something to read. Give me the new and improved. I need to read about the new and improved. Okay. Lather, rinse, repeat.
I know less about firearms and a whole shitload of other things in my life, but I've always been a reader.
What's your thing that you know the most about?
Outdoors, just because I grew up outdoors coming up, you know, but I can't do it anymore.
Do you need glasses or anything? Is your vision?
Oh, so I bet he's got those camouflage jackets that look like, you know, a photograph of a leafy tree, you know, like super outdoorsman, a woodsman. This guy, born in the woods, raised by wolves, you know, he's got a little survival kit in an old Altoids tin, you know, that he'll never need.
I just started with readers, that's it.
Okay, so you just need
One
glasses,
power.
readers.
Yeah.
So your vision is relatively good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anything past here, I'm good.
okay. What type of medication you taking?
I am on Xanax for anxiety and 2 types of what they call Effexor. That was also for anxiety, and trazodone for sleep because I hardly sleep.
Okay. When you
Wow, that's a Donna Adelson prescription, isn't it? Isn't that the exact same prescription as Donna?
go to the store, you said basically on a daily basis,
I
right?
go pick up a couple of drinks every day and just to say hey.
Well, like water?
No, I get the Monsters, the white Monster.
Oh, okay, the energy drinks.
Yeah, chilling.
How many of those you drink a day?
2.
Okay. And you just buy
Just
2 a day?
couple. Yeah, it's like the nice thing to do during your day. It's
2
the
for-
one constant.
things like 2 for $4.
2 for 4, yeah.
2 for 4. Yeah.
It's the one constant, you know, that you do every day. It's your routine.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's my routine. I wake up, I go and patrol the parking space, get a couple of monsters, and I come back in the afternoon. What?
Did you have a discussion with your wife about this incident?
No, I told her what happened and that was that.
And what did you tell her?
I said, there's been an incident up here at the thing, or up here at the corner.
Did you say incident or did you say I shot somebody?
So we don't have Xanax where I'm from, but we do have Valium. Is it the same as Valium?
Or
I'm
what?
pretty sure I told her I shot somebody.
Okay.
What'd she say?
Oh my God, I'm on my way.
She was gonna come up to the store.
Oh, she passed around a couple of times, but she wasn't able to get in the parking lot, obviously.
Yeah, just chaos.
Right, she's outside now, I think.
And I just want to tell you this, you know, just to let you know, the gentleman you shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else will give me word on that.
Thank you for telling me. The gentleman you shot is deceased. Thank you for telling me. Nobody else would give me a word on that. What is going through that guy's head?
You know, just to let you know, the gentleman you shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else will give me word on that.
You know, if that was me you know, I think I would exhibit some shock at the gravity of my action ending the life of a fellow human being. I think I'd be like, holy fuck. You're kidding. He's dead? You know, there'd be a big sort of taking it in for me. I mean, whatever the guy did, even if the guy was really, you know, really threatening my life, I'd still be like, fucking hell.
So,
I did ask.
okay. You got any questions for me or anything?
Other than the standard ground thing, and I did exactly what I thought I was supposed to be doing at that time, considering what was happening to myself. No, sir, I don't think I have anything else to say.
Take some time, fine.
All right, approximate time is about 2,200 hours. Interview will be concluded with Michael, pronounce your name?
Drejka.
Drejka. No, I didn't want to say it wrong.
That's okay, man. My whole life. Doesn't matter.
All right. All right, Mike, could you hang on real quick? I'll be right back, okay?
Yes, sir.
You good? Bathroom, break?
Go, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, all right. Here's your wallet back.
You want this open?
Yeah, it's fine. Here's your lighter.
Okay, wallet, lighter. Where's my Dover, Delaware cops gone?
Your keys, car keys. Here's what's going to happen. And again, I apologize, it's been so long. We're conducting a thorough investigation. This investigation is going to be ongoing, okay? We're not done with the investigation. There's a lot to this, to place all the parts together, review things, and so on and so forth. The video collection, all that stuff takes a while, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like you see on TV, okay?
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so, however, with that being said, as part of the investigation, we're gonna keep some of the stuff, okay, as evidence and process and stuff like that, including your green shirt and your black shorts, okay? We unfortunately gotta take that stuff. We'll throw this on. I can call your wife. She was here.
Yeah, she probably would.
She left, and I tried to catch her before she left to let her know, sorry it's taking so long.
Well, I'm sure
But,
she doesn't
you know.
know a thing about that either. So.
Yeah, so, you can call her, or I can call her.
My phone was in the bag.
We have your phone. We're gonna keep your phone, unfortunately. Put it in evidence. What's that? I'm sorry?
That's my only form of communication.
I get it, but it's part of evidence, okay?
Phones are huge now. Everything leads back to phones, everything leads back to electronics.
Technology, it's crazy.
Any investigation we work, they're huge.
You'll get your phone back. We're not keeping your phone, but as of right now, it's gonna go into evidence, okay?
How long do you think that might take?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully,
That's
yeah, hopefully a day or two, hopefully a day or two, and I'll call you and let you know in regards to that.
Okay, no problem.
We're not gonna sit on this for.
Yeah, that's all I want. Thanks, man.
You guys already got overall photos of him and
Yes,
stuff?
please, can do that shoulder.
Step on.
We're doing it for movies and no. Okay, hold off on your shorts.
Yeah, keep those on there.
Yeah.
We just want to photograph, take your shirt off. Because we want to get this whole upper side. You never know, it may be bruised up now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It's sore as hell though, man.
And I know definitely I landed
right here,
Okay.
between gun and concrete. It's got it.
All right, well, you may want to go get that looked at.
Yeah, I landed right here between gun and concrete.
You're just stand against the wall, and I'll just photograph that. Okay. I'm gonna get a view of your shoulder, okay?
Get the front of it also.
Blue shirt too, Dan.
Yeah, just face me. I'll get the front side of it.
Camera. Okay. Okay, Michael, we're just gonna have you, we're gonna step out and you're gonna just robe your shorts into there and then just change into this little, jumper, okay?
This thing?
That's gonna, you can keep that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
His arm is not hurting at all. He only remembers to do this stupid noise like, oof, oof. Let's watch his interview with the press, guys. It's only short. It's only short. That'll be our close off. Can't go beyond 3 hours. I did that little what do you call it? Quiz? Not quiz. What do you call it? Poll. We did a poll, and the consensus was 62% believe our streams should be around 2 hours long, not 3, not more than 4. But you know, some other people go, yeah, I have this on all day. I drive to work with it on, and I drive home from work with it on. So the longer, the better. So I don't know. Maybe we'll mix it up. Michael Drejka interview with press.
I just want you to tell me about yourself.
Yeah. See that face? That's what a lifetime career. Well, he retired at like 26 or something with an injury. This is why he's so bored in his worthless, pointless life that he has to police the disabled parking spot. You know, it's the only thing he has to do. You know, can we get this guy a hobby or something? Can we call Lionel and have them deliver like a huge train set, you know, that he can set up all around the house, you know, with those little foliage extras all around, you know, maybe like a model train with actual smoke coming out of the chimney. 10 Tampa Bay. Local ABC News. Oh, you're loving it, Christina. You feel right at home. Where are we going with this? Yeah, look at that face. Is that a healthy face? I think he should lose the goatee.
Pretty much your normal, average, everyday person with average problems, I would suppose.
Right.
I don't know what everybody else's problems are, but you know, I've got
Madness and sadness. I'm your normal, everyday, average person with normal, everyday, average problems. Well, a bit more than that. You know, most of us out here are not in prison awaiting trial for second-degree murder of what is presumed to be a racially motivated assault. You know, killing.
got money troubles, you know, we've got moving troubles.
Right.
But other than that, everything.
Right. Now, are you?
We've got money troubles. We've got moving troubles. We can't afford to cycle anywhere.
You're originally from Delaware.
Yes, sir.
I've never met anybody from Delaware. How was your childhood growing up there? How many years did you stay there?
Oh, I was my whole childhood and into my adult years.
Right.
I was born and raised and bled and bred in there. You know?
Right. So what brought you down to the Bay Area?
Well, mom died about 10 years ago and left me with a little bit, and it was able to sustain me for a little while. As far as the tree business goes, it chews you up and spits you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's tough work.
Yeah, just like your vehicle or anything else.
Right.
Once you're done with, they cut you off and throw you away. So, you want to get out of that as.
Well, no resentment there, huh? Just like anything else, they cut you up and spit you out like a vehicle, just like a vehicle. What is he talking about? God, this guy needs to work on his inner peace.
As quick as you can normally.
Right.
Gave me a little freedom to move about, and been here before on hurricanes, doing a lot of work.
Right.
This is where I chose.
Right. You and your wife love the area?
Love it. Yeah, it's one of the best places I've ever been able to settle down in, as far as the people and where I lived at. This is one of the places I've stayed in the longest in my entire life.
Right.
Once again, because of the people in the area of where I was at.
Right. Now, you just speaking about your wife and hardships, you're facing some real tough financial times, because I've gotten word that I guess the landlord wants her to move out.
I really think, he's going to go on about his wife, tough financial times. I mean, his lawyers, private attorneys, all right, it's not a super high profile case like Adelson level, I guess, but his attorneys were not bottom shelf, believe me. They were not bad. It's got to be 60 to 80 grand for this trial. Maybe more, maybe 100. I don't know. It's a lot of money, And I think the reason that Michael Drejka agreed to this interview is that he thought that it might create some kind of case for a GoFundMe, something like that, public donations for his wife. I don't think it worked out that way.
You got some financial issues going.
Yeah, it's his house, and being fair about it, he had informed us a while back, as far as a year goes, that he would be folding that house back into his business and no longer renting it out to anybody. So we were aware, but not sure of a date. Turns out the date was August 31st.
Yeah, he said as soon as possible. He said, listen, you're evicted and please get out as soon as you can. But he never said a date. So that could be anything. We thought until he gives us a date, we'll stay. He said as soon as possible. We said it's not really possible, so we're just going to stay until you give us a date.
And which is the time, it was the time she was supposed to be out of the house. We've been given a slight grace period, I think, for now, but that's not going to last long.
Your time in here has been tough on you.
Very.
Yeah. What do you think about?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything and anything. And then I don't want to think about everything and anything too, because there's nothing I can do from here.
Right.
For anybody.
Right. And you're worried about your wife and her welfare.
Financially and physically, she's unable to move out of the house financially, and she's unable to do it by herself. So she's kind of stuck without me.
Right. Makes you
or
feel
anybody else to.
Makes you feel helpless.
Oh yeah.
This case, I would think, has probably been very stressful for her too.
Yeah, everything about it. It hasn't made things any easier as far as anything goes.
What do you think about? You've had a lot of time to think. What do you think about? Anything, everything, anything. I was thinking this morning, that there wasn't enough salt on my poached eggs. And I thought I better put some more salt on them. I think the interviewer was looking for an angle that he might explore, the perspective that he's gained on the act he committed and what that now means to him as he faces the consequences, hoping that, maybe he could offer some introspection. What do you think about while you've been in here? Anything?
Totally new for everybody involved, I would
Yeah, right. And this is pre-trial.
say, and
Right.
the threats and
She's
words.
she's actually facing threats out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very much so from day one.
Right.
So I can't be there to
Do anything.
do anything.
I mean, you're here and you're facing what you face. There's not
That's
much
it.
you can do.
Right.
Take me back to, I'm going to call it that day.
Well, his wife is facing threats. What's anyone going to do to his wife? Maybe she would get some verbal. Your husband's a racist. You're probably a racist. I think that'd be about it. You think someone's going to come round and beat her up or break her windows? Well, maybe they would break her windows because they're his windows. I don't know. But, okay, well, that would be pretty bad. But, then you can call the police. No one's going to stab her because of what you did.
What kind of morning did you have July 19th? But were you working? Were you walking the dogs? Were you?
I don't think this is really the right place to go into specifics about that day.
Well, I wasn't talking about the actual incident of the shooting. I was just saying what your day was like. Cup of coffee.
Normal, everyday day, really nothing that.
Saw the wife off to work.
Yeah, nothing too surprising out of any of it. So my days are my own pretty much these days, and I've been concentrating on packing and getting everything else done, trying to get out of the house.
Right. Everybody.
I wonder what the truth is. I wonder what, this guy's day. I mean, we know what his routine was, right? Go down to the convenience store, check the parking space, get a couple of monsters, come back in the afternoon, right? But what about at his house? He's got two German shepherds, two female German shepherds. Okay. So, would he walk them or would just let them out in the yard? He seems a very bitter person, right? Oh, the tree cutting business, they chew you up and spit you out like a vehicle. My dead Dover, Delaware dad, the DDDD, what would he say?
Everybody involved with this case, a lot of people involved with this case have spoken up.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff has spoken out. The prosecution has spoken out. The McGlocktons have spoken out. Al Sharpton has spoken out. And we felt that it was necessary to hear from the person at the center of this case. The McGlocktons have been very, very hard and descriptive about you as a person. Is there something that you could say to them that might give some clarity about who you are or how you feel?
I really don't think this is the right place to talk to the family directly.
Right.
You'd think he would have prepared a little bit, right? I mean, if you just want to come on here and say, listen, my wife needs money and to stop being threatened. And she's got to move all those boxes for the, the house move. And she can't do it alone. So obviously I should be let out to help her move the boxes. I mean, if that's really the content that he's come on to say, then say that. But every time the interviewer is probing, like, yes, the McGlocktons have been very vocal about you. What would you say to the McGlocktons? That would have been an opportunity. That would have been an opportunity to say, look, I can't imagine what they must be going through. I feel terrible and horrible to have been the instrument in the death of their son who they loved. And the fact that he was a father of 4 young kids just tears me up. It just tears me up. It's the worst thing. It's worse than being in prison. It's worse than the charges I'm facing. The worst thing for me is knowing that my gun did that. No matter what he did. Yes, I thought he was going to fucking kick the shit out of me. I thought he was going to kill me. But I just, can't believe what's happened. And the pain that the family feel, I can't even imagine. And it just tears me up every day. That would have been, a step forward, right? That would have been something that he could refer to later, not just about his self-interest, but, also help the family, no matter what happens to him. I mean, maybe he doesn't care about that, genuinely, but to just go, well, I don't think this is the place to address the family directly. So I won't be addressing the family directly. No. But my wife needs money and help moving the boxes.
Doesn't seem.
Well, you've avoided interviews because you didn't want to.
I don't like the spotlight. I never have.
Right.
I was concentrating on really trying to get support from my wife. It's like that's a little tough to do from here.
How are you? Is there an avenue that you're following or trying to do to help her that we don't know about? Or?
No, sir, not that I'm aware of. I don't have any avenues really. I'm stuck asking.
I'm not aware of anything I'm trying to do. Well, who else would be aware?
For help from
Right.
anybody and everybody who really can.
Right.
I would like to plead for that because she hasn't done anything.
Right.
She goes to work every day, still has her job, and tried to help me along the whole way. And now she's
all alone,
looking at being on the street all alone.
Right.
My dogs.
How many dogs do you have? 2. And what kind are they?
German Shepherd.
All right. It seems like this is striking a chord with you. Do you?
Yeah, I don't miss my girls. Miss my girls. All of them.
Yeah.
The dad of Markeis McGlockton, the guy that died, his dad, who's a big guy, big, strong-looking guy, was really pissed off at this display of emotion over missing his dogs. And it's not difficult to understand that, how he showed emotion about missing his dogs, but showed none about the guy he killed and how that guy's family miss him. Another bad move, Michael. You're just full of them today, right?
Is there anything in your mind that would change now that you have a chance to look back? Is there anything you would change with what happened, how it happened? Is there anything?
Again, golden moment, golden
that you would change?
opportunity.
Or, I'm sure you had time.
Is there anything that you would change now you've had time to think? Now You might be thinking, yes, Michael, clearly you've missed a couple of opportunities already, but now you've been asked this direct question. And surely you're going to be coming out with something like, okay, is there anything I could change now that I've had time to think? Well, I don't think it was really my business, in retrospect, to police that parking spot. I should have not taken that upon myself, and I should not have been willing to escalate things to the point of threats of violence against another. And I certainly shouldn't have been so quick on my trigger when I was simply pushed to the ground because I was hassling and threatening someone's wife. You think he's going to come out with that? Let's see what he does come out with.
About this.
Sure. I've had plenty of time to think about it, but as far as changing anything as events,
Right.
is what you're,
Right.
I don't see. I really did. No, not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Not off the top of your head. Okay. Missed another one, didn't we, Michael? Missed another one. Nothing I would change about what happened. Wow. I mean, this guy's just not very bright, is he? Like, he thinks that shows his belief in that it was a justified killing is not contradicted by sticking with, I wouldn't change anything. But you could have maintained that. You could have maintained your belief that it was justified, but still wished it had been different. Right? What a horrible thing to say, what he just said. No, I wouldn't change anything about the situation. Even he could have changed anything. You're God for a day, Michael. Change anything. Well, I wish they hadn't have parked there. I wish that Brittany Jacobs hadn't have got up in my grill when I was getting up in her grill. I wish that Markeis didn't come out and push me. I wish that I hadn't been so quick on the trigger. 1,000 things he could have said better than, no, I wouldn't change anything.
Would you like some water?
No, thank you.
Okay. You've we checked, and you have no criminal history here. None.
No, sir.
You've had 1 or 2 run-ins, but you've never been arrested or charged with a crime or anything.
On the road a lot.
Right.
Being on the road a lot, lots of things happen along the road, so
don't I know
traffic
it?
infractions.
Don't I know it?
Yeah.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
But one of the cases that
A lot of things happen on the road, don't they, Michael? Like when people cut you up and you pull alongside them and wave your gun. Just wave the gun saying, I've got a gun. Don't cut me up. I'm on the road and I'm on the way to a line clearing emergency. These power lines need to be coming through here and we need to clear the trees. Okay?
and this is coming from people that have come down to speak about the event and things of that nature, and they get the feeling that there might be a racial overtone to this incident.
No, there's almost no way of that. Number one,
There's almost no way of a racial tone. They get the feeling that there might be a racial undertone. No, there's almost no way of that. Well, that's unequivocal.
my upbringing really
Right.
prevents that from coming out of me ever.
That my upbringing really prevents that from coming out of me. What is that? Your racism. So what do we just have? We've got a bit of a clusterfuck here. We've got there's almost no way that there was a racial undertone. My upbringing prevents that from coming out of me.
My parents weren't that way.
Right.
You know, it was always try and get along with everybody. Green eggs and ham. You
Right.
know, everybody's different. And I grew up during desegregation, not segregation. Okay, so
I grew up during desegregation, not segregation. Well, the fact that you're referencing it seems kind of relevant, you know.
it's not like was sheltered from other cultures or
Right.
races, from a very young age.
Yeah, he wasn't sheltered from other cultures or races, guys. He's always going down to the ethnic, food store to buy polenta and and jerk spices. Okay, but every Monday, he goes to check the parking space, gets a couple of monsters, and then it's off to the ethnic food store to buy his polenta and jerk spices. Okay, he's not a sheltered guy, guys. You got it all wrong. You've got it all wrong. He grew up during desegregation.
And my professionalism beyond that
Mhm.
prevents me from saying stuff like that anyway.
So I can look you in the eye, right?
My professionalism prevents me from saying anything racist. Again, not that that's not how you feel, but your professionalism prevents your feelings from being, output.
Now and ask you,
Yes.
if you are a racist, what would be your answer?
No,
You do not hate black people.
I do not hate anybody. I don't see. I have to break it down into a person or anything. But that's what's happened. Okay, that's what it's become.
Right.
Something that was one thing has become something else, and that is mostly in the eyes of the beholders.
Mhm.
I don't see how it can be any other way.
Mhm. The McGlocktons have a very tough view of you.
So I've heard.
And if you had a chance to offer some type of remorse or some thoughtful thing to say to them,
You do have a chance. This is your chance. Hit us, Michael, with your thing that you're going to say that's going to improve things for everybody. Ready? Go.
would you take that chance and what would you say?
I don't really think this is the place to address them directly.
Right. But in your heart, though.
I'm sorry. That's all I can really say to them. And thinking about it, would you accept those kind of words from someone? I don't think I would.
Well, I just burst into tears every time I hear that. My heartstrings are being plucked.
Just to, I think there's too much.
What would you say to the McGlocktons? I'm sorry?
Hate already for me to be able to say anything that would make any kind of difference.
Well, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You don't strike me as a very violent kind of person.
Or intelligent.
I don't wrestle.
I'm just talking to you. I'm going by what I feel and just being transparent with you. But you also strike me as a person that might get angry.
Everybody's got a temper, I suppose.
Right. About certain things?
Sure, pet peeves,
Right.
about this, that, and the other. Obviously, the one at the center of this whole situation these
Right.
days happens to be the handicap parking
Handicap
spot.
park. What is it
Yeah.
about handicap park? Did you have someone in your family or someone that,
My high school sweetheart and I were together for a long time.
right?
Okay, yeah.
What was her
Only
name? What
married.
was her name?
I'd rather leave.
All right,
her out.
we'll leave her
Yeah,
out.
She's deceased now.
Oh,
and
okay.
There's really no reason to
Right.
dredge her into this. But from 16 on, she was 16. She was involved in an accident that left her pretty much handicapped for the rest of her life, with many surgeries to follow, and
Right.
so on and so forth.
Right.
And these days, my mother-in-law is handicapped.
Mhm.
So it's always been a hotbed for me. It's
Right.
always, my whole life has always been looking for a
Right.
handicap parking spot.
Right.
You know, and it's always touched a nerve with me.
So
because
the idea of
the way they're
someone
abused and used.
abused and used?
Yeah, the parking spots.
Right.
The way they're abused and used.
Yeah. I mean, I thought to myself when I first got a hold of this case, is that I said, there's something about, and there's got to be family or someone involved, that this is a hot button for you. Everybody's got hot buttons, but this one is certainly one for you. And it's almost like
He's actually still angry about it, isn't he? He's sitting there going, they parked in that spot. The funny thing is, guys, I said this right at the beginning, is it's not even the best spot to park in if you're handicapped. It's the furthest spot away from the door. It doesn't have a dip in the curb, so you have to step up the curb. The chances are, if you were handicapped and needed to park, you'd be better off not parking in that spot.
you just, it's just something that you cannot stand to happen in front of you.
Well, no, of course not. And I don't usually confront people about it either. And
Right.
such as was in this case, I did
Mhm.
not confront anyone. I was confronted
Mhm.
and I answered,
Right.
which is, I think, how the argument started between
I was confronted by a young woman in her 20s and her 3 kids.
Right.
the woman and I.
That push, that shove, did it stun you?
Didn't know it was a shove, thought I
Didn't
was
know.
tackled. It felt like I was tackled or someone hit me from behind with something. I left my feet and slid along the ground
Mhm.
before I was able to. Oh,
Gather
yes,
your-
I was stunned, yeah.
Yeah.
There's, it seems a little more than that, but stunned is a good word, I suppose.
Yeah.
Here's the 54 million.
Stunned with palm strike, everybody. Stunned with palm strike.
$dollar question. Because no one else was there but you. Were you in fear for your life?
Yes, sir. There was only one other person that was making a move.
Well, there's really only one answer for that, isn't there, Michael?
And that move was towards me. And coming off of what I just got up to, it was, I didn't know what was coming for me. And there's only one way to look at that. You have to be scared for it, because if you're not, and you're wrong.
Yeah, Keith. And I'd like to know a little bit more about that high school sweetheart relationship of his. This lady died. How did she die? You know, from 16, they were together. Well, he said from 16, she had an accident. They weren't necessarily together, but high school sweetheart. Uh-oh, we have a yawn alarm. If we get to 9 yawns, we have to cancel the stream. But we're almost done anyway, so I think we'll be fine tonight, guys. Yeah. Maybe we should do some digging around his ex girlfriend.
You know,
Right.
and that's that. So yeah, I was very scared.
Because, you know, he's clearly holding on to that, right? He's holding on to that past relationship, and by defending the parking space, he's keeping that alive, right? So that's really what is the driving factor here. He's not, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe he wants to be Billy Big Boots and act like a cop and boss people around and everything like that. That's a side factor. What's at the root is that he needs to maintain his connection with his dead partner, right? That's what's driving this.
Having never been confronted like that or never been assaulted like that, if you will, ever. I'm not a physical person to begin with. I don't.
Matilda Yeager, we need to get you a emotional support animal. Okay. I'm thinking parrot. There's a red-winged Colombian macaw with your name on it in a pet shop near you. I just know it, Matilda.
I don't wrestle with people. I don't push and shove with my friends. There's none of that goes on in my life. So I'm a very hands-off type of person.
Early on in this, after the incident,
No, I'm very hands-off. I'm very hands-off, but hands on my gun, and then shoot the gun.
Convenience store, the Pinellas County Sheriff, Bob Gualtieri, backed you, refused to arrest you, said you were on solid ground with the way he viewed the law. When you heard that news, how did you feel about the case?
Vindicated.
You felt vindicated?
Yes.
If the Pinellas County Sheriff says, I can't arrest him because I think he followed the law, you thought you were fine?
I followed the law the way I felt the law was supposed to be followed. I cleared every hurdle that law had to put in front of me.
Right.
And yeah, I did feel vindicated after those statements.
But then we come along to all of the protests, people speaking out, and then the Pinellas County State Attorney's Office files manslaughter charges. What did you, when you first heard that, what did you think?
Number one, shocked.
We're just going to take a brief moment, guys, to have a look at Matilda's new parrot, all the way from Africa. The color of clay, the African gray. Look at him there. Isn't he great? Happy, stylish. Ooh, with that crazy neck. He can bend, bend, bend. Ah, he's got a little bit of color. Red tail. Fantastic. I think we should name him Seymour. Seymour Gray.
Number two, devastated because I didn't hear about it till they were putting handcuffs on me. So other than that, well, angry, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you drive yourself to the?
Oh, yes, sir.
You turned yourself in?
No, sir. They lied to me and under guise of returning my property, requested me to show up at the sheriff's office to talk to the original detectives.
Right. Who in turn were prepared to arrest you?
Yes.
So you had no idea you were about to be placed under arrest?
No, sir.
Where were you staying? I mean, it's a moot point now, but where were you staying in between? Were you at your house, at home?
We had no choice.
Yeah.
We had to stay there.
Yeah. You weren't.
The nights as far as the protests go and stuff like that, we were warned by the police department, and we did vacate the house on that evening. Yeah.
Right. Did any police department take you somewhere else for your safety? Or
no, but they suggested we leave for our safety, and he also suggested we watch our backs as we were doing so.
Right. How does Michael Drejka hold himself together through all of this?
I don't know. Sheer will right now. I don't have anything else. No way to hold me together. So it's my wife I'm worried about. I don't need any of this spotlight. I need to get it's my wife and dogs and well, my kids really. Need to get them safe out of the house.
Okay. Take a breath. Good. Okay.
Just ask a couple more questions. I just want to get one or two more shots.
I didn't live too far from the store location. I used to live on Edgewater Drive, which is like 3 or 4 blocks down that way. So I used to always go to that store. And I don't know if you remember, there used to be a little barbecue pit guy to the left there.
Until maybe.
I don't, Matilda, I don't think he's got any kids. I think he's, you know, I think he said, like, I'm worried about my wife and my dogs. Well, kids, I guess, you know, they're like his kids. I think that was the point. I'm maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he's got any kids.
About a year ago.
About a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And they only moved not too far away either, so they're still in the area as well.
Yeah. It's
It's right there. Just pop it right here.
all right.
Okay, okay.
I think, okay, I think we're good. Do it, no?
Is it to your, oh, you didn't cover it? I know you had.
Yeah, no, I did. I did.
Previous ones?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is there one that's been like that?
Well, I'll just ask you one last question just to clear up the, was talking about some of the previous events or altercations which you never were arrested, never were charged with anything. One of those involved at the store, the guy driving the supply truck, where he claimed that you used the N-word against him, and that's why people are thinking that this might be racially motivated. Please clear this up. Are you a racist or not?
No, sir, not by any means. I've worked with too many people. I've met too many people in my life to be that kind of person. There's no way to survive really by being like that. It doesn't help anyone. It's you know, and to have that kind of feelings about an entire race of people seems foreign to me. Why? How could that happen?
Right.
What about if it's just the troublemakers? You know, the ones that park everywhere.
But as far as the incident with the gentleman there, and that claim, the claim is totally false. I wouldn't have used that word, especially while confronting someone about something like that. You know, he had the name of his company on the side of the truck.
I wouldn't have used that word, the N word, especially when confronting someone in a situation like that. But again, that means that there is a situation where you would use it. Otherwise, you would just say, listen, I would never use that word. That is a completely false story of what happened. I don't use that word ever. I didn't use that word ever. No, I would never use that word, especially in a situation like that.
And he was an easy target, you know, for my pet peeve that day. So why would I mess that up?
He was an easy target for my pet peeve that day. What the hell? He thought this was damage control, guys.
Throwing that word in, you know, it doesn't make sense to me, other than wanting the spotlight for himself or wanting to turn.
Yeah, that's what they all want, isn't it? Those people. They want the spotlight.
People against me as it is. I don't have too many friends, so there's, you know, not a whole lot of people that know me, but everybody who does will dispute that to the end.
Are you a strong supporter of gun rights, Second Amendment rights?
I'm a strong supporter of Second Amendment rights in the fact that everybody deserves to feel secure in their person, no matter where they go, what they're doing, as long as they're there legally.
Yeah, everybody needs to know that if they need to, they can blow someone's head off or put a hole in their heart.
Of course.
Right.
You know, so yeah, I guess you could say I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment, I suppose.
Okay.
Not overtly, You know, I'm not outspoken about it, but,
Right.
you know, in my heart.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Wow. Something else, huh? 3.5 hours, guys. We gotta close it off. We gotta close it off. Maybe we should do like a 24-hour stream one day, huh? People can come and go, get coffee, whatever. You know, we could have eggs in the morning, maybe tuna sand for lunch, and what would be for dinner? Well, monster drinks. Oh, the pleasure's all mine, Matilda. And good luck with your parrot. You need that emotional support. That's okay. Udi, that was horrific hearing about your parrot. God. How sad is that? That's horrible. So sorry about God, I can't even imagine. Anyone who missed it in the chat, Udi's parrot that he had for 17 years was killed by a dog. Terrible thing. Oh, yeah, Rabbit. When Donna's trial's here, I think it's just going to be, you know, round the clock. 2 weeks, nonstop. They'll find me in a bathrobe on the beach, 7 a.m. You know, like, I don't know, doing something weird. Lost. Knocking on neighbors' houses saying, "Can I have some strawberry ice cream?" I need some strawberry ice cream. I went out 6 hours ago to try and look for some. Is it here? Yeah, okay. Thank you all in the chat. By the way, guys, we've been thinking about this daily stream malarkey, and we've decided that it's probably not the best strategy or good for my mental health and any of our listeners. So we're planning on adopting a more strict working schedule moving forward. Thinking about doing 4 nights per week, unless something big happens, then we're on 24/7. But I don't think that there's anything big happening that I care about until Donna's trial. But come Donna's trial in September, which is going to be here before you can say mischief maker, you know, we're going straight into Sarah after that, unless she has another postponement and adjournment. And but I don't know if she will. I think this judge has already made it clear that it's going ahead. You know. So during the summer, and we also want to do some more. We want to start doing some upload content without all you nosy people bothering us in the chat. You know, it was so much easier in the beginning. It was just me and our sound controlist, and we were a lot, you know, a lot freer to delve. Yeah. Also want to take another look at Tamara Dempko. I think people in the chat sometimes are like, you know, whenever we're not doing the Adelson case, they're like, what is this? Why are you covering another case? Do you not know Fancy Fiction is right now talking about the Adelson case? Why aren't you doing the Adelson case? It's like we want to mix it up a bit. There's loads of cases that are great. And, you know, Adelson case is a nice staple. It's something that we can always come back to in chunks. We'll pick a chapter here and there, you know. We'll do, like with the Wendy interview, we did a 4-day run, just Wendy's interview, big episodes, long episodes, and just do chapters like that. But to go straight into another Adelson chapter, I mean, I know we did, sort of, but, you know, I just think it's nice to space it out with some other cases. There is some more Michael Drejka footage that will be worth covering. There's some good trial testimony. There's some good closing arguments that we want to have a look at together. And some victim impact statements as well, guys. We haven't done any of those yet for any case, but, you know, they are interesting. Particularly interesting were the victim impact statements from the Nicholas Cruz, what was the name of the school? Oh, something like Mary Douglas. What was it? Something Douglas. What was he called? The something killer. There's a place in Florida. Shit, what was his name? You know, the school shooter killed like 17 kids or 17 people, most of them kids. Yeah, the victim impact statements from that, some of them are incredible. They're brutal from the parents and so on, you know. And why are we going to look at them? Well, we're going to look at them not because we want to gawk at people's anger and pain, but because they are very interesting examples of raw human emotion in a formal setting. And, you know, through exploring the difficult emotions of others, we might understand our own a little better. I mean, some of them are really well delivered as well. They read like a fantastic play or something. Stoneman Douglas, that's what it's called, the school. But I can't remember the place. Let's quickly look it up before we sign off, guys. Nicholas Cruz. Parkland shooter. Parkland mass murderer. Did anyone see the jail? Oh, shit. Third yawn. Only 6 more to go, but we're signing off, so I think we're fine. Yeah, did anyone see the jail security cam where Nicholas Cruz, this tiny, nothing kid, I mean, he's got no weight to him. He's very small. You know, he's only tough when he's got a friggin' AR-15, tracer rounds. But he attacks this guard, and the guard actually has a pretty tough time bringing him down. He does, in the end. But Nicholas Cruz has practically got his taser from him. I mean, it's stunning. Crazy kid. Crazy, stupid, fuck-up kid. Mumbling extortion to yourself. Oh, yeah. 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 On the beach in my bathrobe. It was a coincidence. Yeah, coincidences happen. I should have gone with my gut. Thank you, Tracy. Thanks for being here. From your hub of the continent. It's a decision you need to make for yourself. What cases we do? Oh, I see. The schedule. Yeah. But I think, I just think if we weren't doing one stream a day, then people would miss me more, and then they'd come back and be happier to see us. But I'm going to miss all of you for those 3 lonely days of the week when we're not streaming. Don't know what I'm going to do instead. I'll find something. I'll try. I'll be out there helping my fellow man. Oh, Mary Bartlett. Oh, you'll have to go back to the beginning, hon. Get it on the replay. I think it's been a pretty good show. Like, we went through, we discussed, a little bit quieter than what we're used to. We don't hit the numbers like with the Adelson case. Oh, I saw Fancy Fiction's numbers. 300 people in the stream. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? We'll get there. We'll get there. We're coming. All right. That's enough for one night, kids. We will see you probably tomorrow. You never know. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.